And his
like
name is
incredibly.
John C.
Anything I've done like incredibly like I want to be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Like no bullshit. I just wanted to be really fucking good at shit. So I took it in, and it was always me like teaching people things. Like I would be the one to teach people how to do the walk around in the cars.
Hey, Aaron, just to let you know I'm here. Sorry to interrupt you. So sorry to interrupt you. Just want to let you know I'm here, but continue. I just want to let you know I'm here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Saw you.
Finish. I'm listening. We're listening. Great job. We're listening.
With cars, like it, man. It was number one, that entire business is incredibly like draining. It's a lot of dudes who like cheat on their wives, and like it's just really fucking like it's bad space. It's a lot, and you're like invested in things like that. But now it's like I feel like I'm back against the wall, right, in a position where I have other things and I have things going. But I know that if I can, growth is where the focus is. You'll hear me say that a lot, and if that's what I need, then that's what I need. So like I need to focus on this. That's what the world told me, you know what I'm saying? So like this skill will outweigh everything else. One nice nest egg and all your problems seem to go away. But it's when you lose that structure of the humanity. Even humanity itself like has a word, not even compared to humility. Like just remember like you're human. Like these things, like shit's gonna happen and it's gonna be bigger than you. Like there's shit happening in my life right now today that's like bigger than this trading. Like I'm still clocking in. It's one of those things. Like this is gonna teach you to be a better person, and you like don't even know it yet. It's kind of crazy. Man, got a lot to give to trading. Got a lot to give to it. And Keo, I'm not gonna take this to TikTok because I feel like it's gonna get real fucking foggy with all the questions and shit. It's just gonna be whoever shows up, and we'll record it, and then we can clip it
Okay. Well.
there.
Okay. Here's the deal. So what I normally do is now correct me if I'm wrong because this is our first time doing this. So what I do, and so I want to hear what you think about this in real time. So what I do is I still live stream my class, but however, I don't ask any questions from TikTok. So so like for example,
Your engagement.
exactly.
Your chart up there, or just whatever you have
I
going.
know for a fact that I can do that. Yeah, yeah. It's just that I just have to turn on my camera. I can turn my camera on.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. Yes.
Do is if I can have both of my screens on my live and
Right.
screen two, we're
Perfect.
cooking.
Okay. So, do you want to go live on TikTok first, or do you want me to go live and then you can request to join me?
First,
Okay.
but because I focus on my engagement straight through the TikTok, and the only reason I'm doing that is because again I want those brand deals, and once I get to
Perfect.
1,000,
No worries. No worries.
100 to 200 new followers every live,
Perfect. No worries. No worries. Okay.
half month away from getting paid for every view, every
Perfect.
minute, every.
Perfect. Perfect, my brother. Well, shoot, my brother. Look, you definitely got the engagements on
Ah,
TikTok down to a science. You definitely got the engagements on TikTok down to a science. So for sure, just give me about 4 or 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna go live. So hold on real quick.
all right,
Just give me about four, maybe 5 more minutes or so. Hold on.
all right. That's a no.
'Cause I just got inside the house just now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. I mean, first off, I have some things that I'm gonna go over when we do get prepared. But back to the whole humility and just being a better person aspect of things that comes with trading, you're gonna get to a point where it's like you're just trading. And if you're already doing something, like if you're doing fine in life and you're adding trading to that, like I need you to sit down and like think about like it's not gonna sound like so corny, but I'm not going to the Super Bowl tomorrow. So I'm gonna practice till I fucking can, till I get picked up, till I get drafted, whatever it is, you know? Shit. Y'all, I ain't gonna flex. I'm never gonna be the person, but shit, there would be signs for sure. For sure. Damn. Y'all gonna see every fucking hair on his face at some point. That camera gonna be crispy. But let's just enjoy the path. Or try to, at least, you know. I do have some things that I'm gonna go over in basics as far as just run throughs of like what is futures? Like what's a future? How does that work? What is that in words? Because the people ask it all the time and I never put it in words. So what is a future? What are futures? Standard deviation. I'm just gonna break down what that is because it's really just math. Um, what fair value gap is, why it's there, fair value pricing, like what that means, um, and an SMT divergence in comparison with that fair value gap. So you're going to understand, you know, a little bit deeper. I mean, not deeper. It's really basic. If you start thinking depth, you're going to confuse yourself. This is going to be hard. It's going to be learning like that you never liked in school. If you think of this as this the basics, like you're getting the groundwork done so that now you can go develop a strategy. This shit is just the simple part. Don't fucking get stressed out now. Save the stressed out part for later when you're in your strategy and you're like, why the fuck isn't this working? Now you got to go back test and like now it all makes sense. Like you know why you practice now. So, um, dude, I'm 30 years old. Like there's there's so much time left in my life at least. And if you're older than me, like that's fucking incredible. Now you get this skill all piled up into one because that's how quickly I learned it. As far as like 7 years for me is I've went through all the battles. If you're just now starting, fucking fantastic. If you've been trading longer than me, and you still can't get it. Like, dude, I've been there. I've been in that position in your head. Not been there longer, obviously, but like I've been there in that position. That shit, it's all mental. It's all mental. Just like, you know, getting up and choosing to do whatever the fuck you do. Me choosing to hit this fucking vape, like that's mental. I chose to do it, knowing that it's bad for me. Like I have an inhaler on the table beside it. These are choices, right? It's mental. So like get through that. You have to. We're gonna have to go on or, you know, fuck, what's money matter tomorrow if we don't? Right? So it's just money, it's just a computer, it's just a fucking chart. Like I say this so I can remind myself half the time, but I think that's why a lot of creators go live and do the shit live.
Yo, I'm not trying to cut you off, but yo, NQ, are you here?
I think he was getting prepared.
Well, uh, there's quite a few people in the other
Yeah,
chat.
I'm in here. Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I'm in here right now.
I'm gonna go send in their
hold on real quick.
chat invite.
I'm 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 still getting set up. So I literally just came back from an event just now. So I'm literally getting set up right now as we speak right now. Hold on real quick. Let me
Send this in the Discord chat.
hey,
Discord.
do me a favor. Do me a favor. Request to request on TikTok to join the TikTok, please. Do that, please, for me. Cause I'm live on TikTok right now. So I
Okay.
just went live just now. So request to join the TikTok and let's see if we can and let's see if we can get us going as far as this.
Look in TikTok studio on.
Yeah.
That's how I run it. That's what it's gonna take away. It's gonna take away a camera somewhere. because it can only run one.
Well, no, yes, So what's going to happen is it's going to take away your camera directly from Discord. But however, if you're still sharing your screen, it's still going to work. So what you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to disconnect your camera from Discord in order to join the live on TikTok. But however, everyone can still see your screen, so they just won't be able to look directly at you from Discord. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm seeing that. I'm getting it prepared right now.
Yeah.
I just sent the message to everybody that you're live in mine. You might have to go back over there and say it, but I'm gonna pop over there and say it in a second.
Test. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so I'm just about set up. Hold on real quick. Let me see here. Everybody is live inside my Discord. They're not. Hold on real quick, guys. Hold on.
And his name is John C.
Hey guys. Hey guys. I'm over there in the Trippers Discord. So I'm live over there in the Trippers Discord. So the Trippers Discord link is inside the is inside the announcement. Hold on really quickly. Let me either that, guys, or you can join directly from TikTok and just ask questions from TikTok. So I'll be looking at that. So I'm not live over here anymore. So yeah, guys, I'm over there in the Trippers Discord. If you want to join his Discord, you can do that, or you can join from TikTok. It's gonna be the same thing. Just ask questions, and I'll know it's you. All right, just letting you. So Ray, you might have to. I think that you might be in the Trippers Discord too, but either way, we're gonna be on live on TikTok. So I'm live on TikTok right now, as a matter of fact. So either way, you just let me know. I know it's gonna be you guys. So come on. That's where I'm at. I'm in the Trippers.
And his name is John C.
And we're back.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a lot of people over there that were live inside my Discord. So I told them to come on over here to your community, and then I also told them that if they did not have enough time in order to join and get access to just watch from TikTok, that's also why I want to go live from TikTok as well, because there's a few people that want to join into the class that didn't get the chance to have their access upgraded to you by you yet. So they're
That's
just
right.
tuning in.
So you can let everybody know too in the TikTok if they're
Okay.
fixing
Okay.
or
Cool.
but while I wait.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna do that right now. Hold on. Let me get this link. Get this link.
Let's see. Ray.
Yep. Yeah, Ray. Yep, that's him.
My trades.
Yep, all of them right there. But so I'm gonna switch back over to my Discord and I'm gonna send them the link. So they're gonna be coming through right now. Hold on.
No worries. Fixing them now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great, guys. Guys, listen. Perfect, guys. The Trippers just sent out his link just now. So click on that link and then he's gonna approve you. That's where we're live from right now.
And
So
if you already have, then you're approved now.
yeah, guys, we're live from that link that he just sent out just now. So that's where we're live from. So click on his link, please. Click on his link.
Getting Michelle's verified. Let's see. King Crypto.
Monique, click on his link. Felicia, click on his link right there. The Discord link. Just click join. So join and then Pierre, click on that link. Quizada, click on that link, please. Felicia, click on that link so that you can join.
I think I got a couple of them. Updating still. There's like over 100 people in here now, so I'm updating a lot that I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect.
That-
We giving everybody a chance to join. Giving everybody a chance to join before we kick this off.
And then I'll try to hop
Ready?
in.
I'm not. It's not letting me in the chat room. Murdoch says, "Why is it not letting you in the room?"
Updated Murdoch. Tell him to refresh.
And Murdoch, refresh it. Refresh it, Murdoch.
Did his roles.
Yeah, double check that, Murdoch.
And Breeze. That was
Please, everyone, click on that link, please, and then we're gonna start the class here in a minute. Hold on.
Cash I'm fixing. Everybody should be live. Everybody should be good. All right, guys. It'll be here. It'll be at the live trading. Let's see. Can you even tag the live trading floor? Are you in here, Jay?
Baby, we can do it for the culture.
This I got you right now. Let me see. All right. Guys, I have to do it this way. This way, you know, fucking people are real. It's annoying, but all right. We're slowly getting it right.
Slowly, we're almost there.
Really. Shit. We might actually catch a trade. All right, bet. We got you in there. Let's see. Jay's in here. All right. Everybody's
All right, cool.
getting in here.
Okay, cool. Pior, don't see link. Okay, you don't see the link. It's right here. Pior. It's right here. The Tripper sent it. Hold on real quick, buddy. Hold on real quick. Let me send it to you.
So it's never gonna expire either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna add him to the server right now as just a personal. I already see him.
You know what I'm talking about?
Personal invite. Tell him,
Pior, you see him? Okay, cool.
and he's a friend already. And now I'm gonna go up.
And his name is John C.
Pior, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here, Pior. It's right here. Click on that link and request, and then he's gonna get you right, Pior. He's gonna get you right. All right. It's right there. I just sent it out just now, my brother. Just click on that link. You see that? Click that and join. And then we're gonna get started in about 2 minutes with this class, with this trading class. We're about to get started right now.
And his name is John C.
Okay.
We back. We got.
Okay, cool. I'm back now, and I just sent it to him. So hopefully you just sent that to him. But however, he'll start to he'll start to figure that out. Really
Live in it, and I got everybody else's roles updated. So everybody
great.
that wanted to be here. I think that was somebody that just hopped in. So they'll start rolling in. They'll figure it out.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay,
I
great. Cool.
can't tag this channel, but let's see.
Okay, great. Cool.
But yeah. So now let me try to get in there on the TikTok live.
Okay, yep. So just come through and wrong thing. Just come through and
It'll
request, and then you should see me live, and then I'll accept it.
all right. It says co-host
Yep, co-host. Yep.
and it says after you go live. So I have to go live by myself too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And then you can just join this.
All right, let's get it. All right, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay. All right, now I have to. How the fuck do I request it?
I might be able to. I might be able to. I might be able to. I might be able to.
Who's echoing? Who's echoing?
How do I? Okay. Yeah. I'm a diner, so when okay, multiple.
There we go. Now I can see it. Now I can see it. All right, there we go. I can invite. Share screen. There we go. I can pick it. Oh my god, we're cooking.
Okay, bro.
We are cooking.
Guys, sorry about this, guys. Look, we are figuring this out in real time. We are literally figuring this out in real time.
All right.
We are literally figuring this out in real time. So, just please bear with us real quick. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Oh my goodness, we're here. We're cooking like grease.
That's
We're cooking like
it.
grease right now.
All right. We are here.
We are literally cooking like grease. Okay, cool. Great. Great. So I'm assuming that everyone can see that everyone that joins from your live can see your screen. And
That is true.
and
Yes, sir.
and then everyone that's joining from my live can see my screen. Hold on, let me put
I,
my
I'm not sure. Whatever you see on the screen, I think is what they see. But in Discord, they'll be able to see your screen if you're sharing it.
Okay, hold on real quick. Let me double check that.
Let's see if these work. Let's see if these work.
Yes. Yes, correct. So that's how
Did
that
that work?
works. Okay. Okay, look.
Y'all heard that?
Okay, look. So that's how that works. So how this works is so I'm just now figuring this out myself. So the trippers, this is how this works. So everyone that joins from my live can see my screen directly. So in order for them
Okay.
to see your screen, they're gonna have to follow you or click
Okay,
on
that
your profile and then pull up your screen. But however, we're
perfect.
co-hosting all at the
I
same
like
time.
it.
Okay. So
I
it's
like
cool.
it.
It's cool. That's perfect. Okay. And then also everyone in Discord, they can they can just simply just see they can just see the screen just in general because I'm
That's
still
it. Yeah, yeah.
because I'm
If you
still
want to see
screen
our
sharing.
beautiful faces, you can
Exactly.
hop into the TikTok and give some
Exactly.
love. Tap that
Exactly.
screen. Get it
Exactly.
on your other device. Keep it in a second tab. You can use it on the browser. You don't gotta send shit, guys. You just gotta hop in, say one word in the chat, and it helps everybody out, man. If you want this to go to everybody, we got streamers clips in here. That's the gang. Yeah, there we go. I got
Exactly.
crazy buttons in TikTok. They allow me to have so many of these things.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let, cause
Y'all can hear the buttons, right?
someone said we were echoing. Let me double check that. Let me turn this volume down a little bit. Okay,
If we're echoing, it's because you're watching both streams. Or they
correct,
said it's echoing on your side.
correct. Guys, listen. If you're echoing, then that means that the echo is crazy.
Or just
If
restart the live.
what? You just want to restart it?
No, I'm saying them. Like
Yeah.
exit out of their live and then
A-
pull it back up.
Anthony, Lofika, try to exit out and then try to rejoin. Try and exit out and try and rejoin. Let me know if that's fixed on TikTok. Hey, Exo Exo Michelle is perfect. Exo Michelle, is there an echo on TikTok right now? Because we just fixed it.
Yes.
Exo Michelle, is there an echo? She's really good as far as that's concerned. There's an echo. She said, yes, there's an echo.
There's an echo. Okay. So let's see why.
What do
Let
you think?
me turn the stream volume down in the live trading stream. Hold on.
Okay, so I got a question. Uh, hold on. Why is there an echo? Why would there be one?
Well,
There's an echo on
I'm
both.
gonna mute you on my Discord and
Hold on.
then you mute me.
Okay. Okay,
Mute me
great.
on your Discord.
Great idea. Okay, great. Hold on. Let me mute you. Where are you at?
You can hear me or no?
Hold on. Let me turn him down. Okay. and let me. Okay, I restarted that. It doesn't work. Okay, guys, I muted him on Discord, and he muted me on Discord. Is this better? It got better. Okay, so that's exactly what it was. So it was Discord. Hold on, but I can't hear him talking. I can't hear. Trippers doesn't sound like an echo. Eric, yes, on
Hey.
TikTok.
Hear the echo.
Might have to mute on TikTok.
Oh, so you had to mute the what? The microphone on TikTok? Oh. Hmm. Wait, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
There's a little microphone headset thing. Can you still hear me, NQ?
Yeah. I can hear
All
you
right, bet.
now because I turned it up from
Yeah.
there.
If you click, I think even if I muted it, I think now it's fine.
Okay. Hold on. So, did you mute me? Can you hear me?
I can still hear you in Discord. I just muted you on TikTok.
So you muted me on TikTok. How do you do that?
Yeah, it lags anyway. It's right beside your name. So go beside my face. It'll say it's the Trippers, and then right beside it, it'll have a little mute button or a
Oh,
little
okay,
speaker.
got it.
Click it. All right,
Perfect.
we're in there.
Okay,
All right.
okay, great. Guys, look, I think that we fixed it now because I don't want you guys to be hearing hello, 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 Bissy, 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 Sippy, 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 Sippy. That did it. That did it, they said. Okay, the Trippers, can you hear me?
Yep. We are good.
Perfect. Exo Michelle, perfect. Shamel, guys, we got it done.
We in there.
got it
We in there.
done. We got it done. We got it done. Okay, great. So, guys, let me start out with saying for everyone that's new here and for everyone that's inside Discord, hold on. Let me double check and make sure Discord can actually hear me because I don't want to start talking.
They can, because
We
I
that's
can
how
hear
I'm
you,
hearing.
man.
yeah,
That's how
I
I'm
need
hearing
to
you.
see the responses.
Yeah,
Can
we can hear
Discord
you.
hear me? Divine, can you hear me? Can Jay, can everyone hear me from Discord?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
There we go.
Everybody can hear me from Discord? Okay, great. Just want to make sure there wasn't an echo. Okay, good. Because Discord is the most important thing. Thanks, Exo Michelle. She's in both. Okay, good. She's a trooper. All right, guys. To start out, guys, this is an educational class. I run one of these classes every single weekend now for everyone that's inside my community. And now I'm not too familiar with the Tripper schedule, but however, he will do his introduction and he will specifically talk about that. So I know what I do, and so my name is NQ Insider, and so I, you know, I just trade futures. So does the Trippers. So I'm gonna just give everyone just a brief rundown because not everyone knows who I am. All right. So you guys hardly ever see my face because why would you want to look at my ugly mug when we're here to make money, right? So but in order to co-host, I have to go live, and so I have to show my face. So here it is. Here I am. Um, today's class, today's class will be about a variety of different things. This is one of the many classes that we're going to do together. The Trippers is a profitable trader, so he's going to do his introduction, but he's a profitable trader that trades primarily the Asia session.
I have a class right now
Who said what?
for day trading.
Jay, can you mute your mic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Guys, listen. If you're inside Discord, please put your thing on mute
Yeah, we good.
until.
I think he didn't know.
Okay. Yeah. So, guys, listen. So what I was saying was he trades Asia, but he's going to do his introduction. I trade New York primarily. All right. Um, um, this class is primarily set up in my Discord in order to help people get caught up to speed, answer any questions and stuff like that. Guys, I don't charge $5 to $10,000 a month because I don't need that. So I specifically want you guys to be the best individuals that you can be and be the most profitable traders that you can be. The reason why I'm doing this and why I'm willing to give it out in regards to this is because I want you guys to understand one very, very, very important concept. Professional traders and high-level traders, they know that this market is going to do what it's going to do regardless. So why would I not want to help you if that's the case? So with that being said, guys, there's going to be a few things that I'm going to specifically talk about after he does his introduction. My introduction is going to start out with what I believe is the most important thing. So once I start talking, and that is this. So everyone needs to make sure that they have their pen and their paper. The most important thing that I believe is understanding liquidity, and which is their primary objective. So when he finishes his introduction, then I'm gonna start on that specifically. The reason why liquidity is the most important thing is because this market is not out to get you. It's not out to hurt you. It's not out to harm you. It is only trying to fill orders. The reason why you feel as though it's out to get you is because you don't understand what it's doing and you don't understand its primary objective. So for me, I understand that liquidity, which is filling orders, is its number one objective. It is only trying to go to a place to where it can fill and transact orders the most. It doesn't care. It doesn't see your little shitty 1 or 2 contracts. It does not see that. And then secondly, this market is going to create imbalances to do the first objective. Like, guys, I'm just talking about just the baseline understandings. This is just irrefutable. It is going to create imbalances to then target its first objective, which is to fill orders, because it can't fill the orders without creating the imbalances. And then its third objective, while it's doing that, while it's doing 2 and 1, is it is going to fill the imbalances that it has already created. Anything else, we can talk about that another time. But however, that's going to be the first thing I talk about, and then we'll probably open up for questions. So
Absolutely.
so I'm going to
Absolutely.
let the trippers go on, and I am going to let him do his introduction, and then either he or I can start in regards to what's the first thing that we're going to talk about. So guys, also please bear with us. This is our first class together. This is very impromptu. Like we didn't rehearse this.
Nothing. And it kind of
Nothing
it's
has
kind
been
of cool
rehearsed.
because he said his before I even introduced myself, his most important thing was liquidity, and every single part of my strategy is
Excuse me, guys,
based
if
off of
I'm eating.
liquidity.
This is my first meal of the day, but
Nah,
I'm listening.
you good. But every single part of my strategy is based off of liquidity. I mean, you're talking about fair value gaps. You're talking about any part of an order block, anything like these key levels that I call out, they always get hit. My stop losses always get hit. That's got to be a good thing because I knew where the orders were going to be filled. This is a good thing you have to teach yourself. So, um, let me introduce myself. My name is Aaron. All right. The Trippers on here, so you guys know me as the Trippers, but um, we'll get to that part later. Why that's that. But I am a profitable trader. I've been trading for 7+ years. What I do is a strategy that pairs ICT, SMT divergences with AMD, which is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I'm going to answer this call real quick. If you want to go straight in, I'll come back to it in just a second.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Okay, guys, listen. Like I said, guys, it's very impromptu. Guys, listen. He has a phone call, and so I'm gonna take over.
Hello?
Guys, listen.
Yo.
Excuse me, sorry about that. All right. So everyone should have their pen and their paper out. Even if you are a high level quality trader, this like ridiculously profitable. This is still something. This is still something that you need to be taking note of. All right. So the first lesson that we have to understand is liquidity. If you do not understand this, you will not be profitable. I'm sorry, you just won't. So there's a variety of different strategies here. So here, let me get locked in. Guys, look, there's a variety of different strategies here. Whatever that is, there's so many different ways to trade ICT. There's so many different ways to do a plethora of different things. Liquidity is the most important thing that you have to understand. Now, I consider myself an ICT discretionary trader. I still use and I still understand ICT concepts. However, there are a few things that I've tweaked myself and that I also try to simplify, okay? So that's why I consider myself ICT discretionary, right? Now, what I mean by that is I first look at liquidity and I still try, and so I try to understand where they can potentially go to fill orders. All right. And so if anyone has been ever watching me trade live over the last 2 or 3 months, you guys know that I do not get hit with time distortion. Time distortion is when the market just does this. So like if you're looking at my screen now, time distortion is when the market just goes like this sideways and it just churns people out. That's considered high level time distortion. How I avoid that is I understand liquidity and I understand where they could potentially be going. And I wait for them to create imbalances to then take trade setups off of that. Excuse me. Now, I feel as though that I have increased my, well, I know for a fact that I have increased my win percentage whenever it comes to trading ICT, right? Because most ICT traders are looking for 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 tick moves in order to profit. So like they'll try and take a trade from Asia low to the midnight high, which is like 1.5%. I figured that so this is what I came to the understanding of. This is me personally, and so he'll speak on it himself. I know for a fact that I don't need that to get rich. I don't. That was personally one of my problems. So when I understood, when I'm getting ready to tell you right now, this took my win percentage from probably about 45 to 50% to where it's at now at about 85 to 90%. All right. So everyone sees me trade live. And if that's the case, then people, guys, I have a full blown Discord. People see me trade live. If that was the case, people would say, holy shit, you're lying. Bro, you're lying. That's false. So the one thing that I pride myself on is 100% transparency. So everything that I'm going to say is going to be 100% truthful and it's going to be transparent. I would not make any claims otherwise. And then I don't speak on things that I don't know about. So with that being said, I understood and I perfected, I figured that I have perfected several ICT concepts and several PD arrays. But however, I cheated it a little bit. And what I did to cheat a little bit was, instead of me trying to look for a trade that might work out and might go from Asia lows to midnight highs or whatever the case may be, like a full-blown percentage or so. I said to myself, guys, this is where I'm revealing how this is how I'm revealing how I make 10 to 15,000 a day. So you need to be listening. So, and this is also for the people inside my Discord too. I said to myself, what if I could read it like that? And then what if I just decided to, instead of me trying to capitalize off of 700, 800 ticks, or 0.75% or full-blown percent, what if I just decided to just take the same high quality setup and only get 45 to 50 ticks? Or if I'm in 2 or 3 contracts, what if I just decided to do 25 to 30 or 35? I know for a fact I could do that. And then I still manage my risk the same. But instead of me scaling out, I'm all in and I'm all out. And then I look for 2, maybe 3 of those trades a day. And then I just rinse and I repeat. And then I walk away from my computer screen. What happens if I do that? And then once I came up with that mentality, my entire life changed. Nothing was ever the same.
Yeah.
So
I just want to touch on that. I want to touch on that.
Okay.
This is why people grade their setups. This is why people grade it. It's why you see A plus setup, a B plus setup, C setup. That's all something that is in your head. Number one, it's comparing your risk and your reward. It's going off of a basis of, okay, well, this level is closer than this level, right? So I'm going to take the further trade. I'm going to take something that's going to get me 40 points, right? I'm the same as NQ. You guys are going to see me in the market for 3 hours to find a 15-minute trade that was profitable enough to give me what I wanted for that day. That might be 1,000 a day. That might be 5,000 tomorrow. You don't see me have a take profit. Why? Because I have a trailing stop loss. I'm good at positioning myself. Why the fuck would I have a take profit? What if, right? So I'm putting that trailing stop because the trailing stop has, yes, it's stopped me from making money before, but it's made me a lot more money than my decision making skills at that very moment in time as well. If you're in something, repositioning can be tough, especially if you're like, catching a fucking knife or whatever it is. But it's about finding that same setup. The reason that I trail my stops is so that I never have to get out of it. If I find the A plus trade and then it does go 800 points, fantastic. I won with them, right? But if it only went 60 to get half of you in it to go the other direction, because that was the phase of manipulation, I was still able to make my money on that move. Why? Because I had discipline enough to know that I don't have to have 800 points here. I can have 30. I can have 25. I mean, shit, I can have 10 points. That's a fucking win, is it not? Some of these lot sizes you guys are taking, you don't need a fucking 50-point move. You need a 5-point move, and you need to get the fuck out. If you
Right.
got 6 minis, why are you even fucking trading right now, dog? Like, if you got money like that, bro, like, no one's trading 6 minis, bro. You don't need that shit. You can trade 1 mini, like if you have a 50K account. That's what I say. Five micros. That's why I say on MNQ. That's it. But I'm gonna let him take back over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So guys, listen. Also, I know some of you are probably thinking, "Hey, well, he's doing trailing stops, but you hardly, but I've never seen you do trailing stops." Now, guys, look. As of late, you guys have seen me move stops to break even, and you see me do those things. You see me, um, um, scale out. Now,
And reasoning is Asia's slower also.
correct,
Sorry.
correct. Guys, listen. That's exactly. I'm glad he mentioned it because that's exactly what I was going to say. Listen, every single session has a different strategy and a different
you last
method that
samurai.
you have to trade
second.
off of, guys. So, guys, listen. What I am talking about primarily revolves around the New York session, and it primarily revolves around the account that I am trading. For example, I trade with Apex primarily. So I copy trade 20 plus accounts with Apex. Apex has a trailing drawdown. What that means is if I am up, what that means is if I am up $5,000 on a trade. No, I'm sorry, let's just say I'm up $3,000 on a trade. And let's just say I don't close out and the trade comes back against me $2,500. I will blow the account and I will be in the, but I will blow the account, but I will be in profit $500. All right. So with that being said, Apex penalizes you if you hold on to trades and if you let them go against you. Whereas the prop firm that he might be trading with, maybe it be TPT or whatever the case may be, or his live cash account, whatever that is, that's a little bit different. Now I know that he doesn't prefer Apex because of X, Y, and Z rules or whatever the case may be, or he may be already be established with take profit, so he might want daily withdrawals, or TPT or Top Step. I don't know.
I have both.
Okay,
and
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
I say
I
stack
personally
accounts, one
know.
deals.
So I personally know that with what I'm doing specifically, that benefits me. Why? Because Apex wants you to gradually scale up. But that does not mean that you cannot crack the prop firm code. I have cracked the prop firm code with Apex. Every single person that's inside my Discord and that's watching right now, they know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, listen. I personally got banned from Apex because I was too profitable. And I showed everyone, the screenshots inside Discord and everything. So everyone knows that. So this is not anything that's hidden here. Now, just because I was banned does not mean that I don't know how to get around it. Because guess what? I now have 20 PA accounts now. And everyone saw that as well. So guys, listen, that's something that I can that I can dive into at a later time. But however,
I do have one thing to say too. By the way, if anybody has anything to say about a consistency rule on any funded firm, buy a static account. Go buy a fucking static account. I want you to get a 50K and never drop $500. I want to see you never lose $500 on that account, and I want to see how high you take it. That's consistency. If you want no fucking drawdown, go make it big. By little by little. That's what you need to do.
yeah.
There's no way around it. Consistency rules are in place because you need to be fucking consistent. There's no other reasoning from that.
my
You see
God.
2,500, take it.
Oh my God, yes, God, yeah, guys, listen. You are going to get more rich seeing a $3 or even a $400 trade, and you closing it out, and you walking away from your screen doing that once or twice a day, and you doing that consistently over the course of 3 or 4 months, than you will be of you trying to hunt a $5,000 trade and it only working out like once every week and a half, and then and then you stopping out.
And you'll see me take 5 micros. I'm gonna scale myself into a play. I'm gonna lose $100 3-4 times until I find my positioning in the right direction, and then I'm gonna make 1,000. Like it's about and you might catch me on those first three and over leverage. Like you got to teach yourself about your account. That's why I say signals aren't shit. If there's anything you take from me, it's how to read a fucking chart. You get that. You don't need me. You don't need me. It paints the picture for you every time.
Guys, signal services are scams. If anyone is telling you to turn your brain off, and if anyone is saying, hey, just be reliant on me 100% fully to enter in and out of a trade, and you don't have to know anything of what you're talking about, run away. That is a scam. That is not what we are showing here. We are going to show you how to master trading. And then if you say, man, you know what? I'm making money hand over fist, man. You know what? I'll just listen to these guys just because I know that they think like how I'm thinking, so they might see something that I don't see. That's
Guys,
the
there's
only reason why I
traders-
think that you should be subscribed.
There's my number one, my Discord's free. His isn't, and there's reasonings behind both, and that's a longer term story. But in my free Discord, there are people there who make $30,000 in a trade, $40,000 in a trade, and my dog, that's they're there. You know what I'm saying? They're here, like they're in here. That's what it is. Like you're late, and it's okay, but like it's you don't have to like be alone in this shit. That's what these are for. And when you find out that you're paying $160 to have someone to tell you good job when you figured your own trade out, then that's when it kicks in and you're like, fuck, dude, this is like a fraternity, bro. Like I'm paying for friends right now. Like that's really what it is. And so I put together a free place where if you just want to talk your shit and you want to be that guy and whatever, come do that here. You'll even get upgraded, whatever the fuck. But like the goal behind this is to have financial literacy. Financial literacy is the most powerful tool you could ever have. And this trading shit is the only thing where you pick your schedule, you pick all that. Obviously, you have times when you can and can't trade, but I mean, they give you pretty much when you're trading futures, you get leniency. So while he's munching, because I know this is a nice little break for him to take that sandwich break for sure.
Killing, bro.
I'm
killing
gonna
this.
break down what futures are. So just for you guys, I wrote it down just as easy as I could. Just as I like to dumb things down, but I hear a lot of you guys ask, like, what is futures trading? So futures contract, it's an agreement to buy or sell something at a set price on a set date in the future. Okay. That something can be oil, gold, corn, stock indexes, interest rates, fucking Bitcoin, right? All right. Unlike hoping for the price to move, futures lock you into that deal. All right. Now you have an underlying asset, whatever that is. The contract is about, let's say, example, 100,000 or 1,000 barrels of oil. So, or like the S&P 500 index. Contract size, how much of the asset the contract represents. Your expiration date when the contract settles during futures, it's live. A lot of these will close at 5 the next day, depending on who your firm is, depending on who your broker is, whatever it is. You have rules set on that. Okay. Price. That's solid. That's on the fucking screen. You guys can all understand a price. If you don't, you need to go back to the basics. And I thought this was the basics. So if you're at like, where's price? You need to understand a lot more than what you're going through. You shouldn't be putting real money into any of this. All right. Now, why people use it? It's a hedge risk. It's hedging. You don't have to spend $23,000 a share on something. I can make the money on the way to it. We can make $23,000 on watching the price move and directing it. Okay. So that's really what futures is in like the grand scheme of things. I try to dumb it down as much as I can. I leave out a lot of shit just because it's not important. You may think it is, but for me, that's all I needed to know to be able to understand it, to take it forward. Now, I know that's going to roll straight into pretty much anything, but starting with liquidity, a fair value gap is the literal words that it sounds. Now, I dumb everything I can down, but a fair value gap is the fair value of an asset. So, that's based on different outlooks, different all types of other things. That's when you get fundamentals in the market. That's when they say you can't predict this shit because other things are outlying sources could happen, whatever. Your fair value price has to do with a lot, but if you dumb it down, it's half of a move. If you get an excited candle right here, a big ass move that's not supported on anything, where's your fair value? The center of that move, half of that, right? Strict price, fair value is center. Think of it that way. You don't have to have it on a chart. I don't need this shit here to know where it's at, guys. It's there so that you understand more of what's going on here. Now, why is it important? Because when a move settles, which I find on the relative strength index, you're going to get your entry. Your entry here was on overbought. That was right here. You could have had your entry when you're trading like I do on an 887, right? You're not always going to time it on a 5-minute scale or a 1 minute or a 15. You had your oversold right here. Your first set of oversold was right here. So if you got out early, you were out at 630. That's 200 points, guys. That's just based off of number one, RSI, relative strength index, oversold, overbought. Now, where are we retesting once we get out of this trade? We're going to retest the fair value gap, bare minimum. So you're not going to enter anything until we've retested average of half of this decent run we had. So while you just made money on this run, if you did, right, you're just getting out. You don't have to take this trade up. Risk to reward says that we're going to retrace half of this. This told me that we have bearish conditions, so we want to wait for the next bearish move. We don't want to take the move up unless we know for certain that it's, a 20 to 30 point move with no risk. And that's very, very, very seldom. All right. But now, before you can break down what a fair value gap is, you need to know where liquidity is, what reasoning we have for entering trades, how many orders are stacked up in these gaps, and what makes them important. Because fair value is depending on fundamentals and everything else going on in the world. How could we track it on a 1 minute time frame? Well, that's when you get into liquidity a little bit.
Where would they take my money at?
Okay. Yeah,
What you-
great. So guys, look. So sorry about that. That right there was my first meal of the day. So I apologize if that offended anybody, but I was out. Guys, look, I don't normally dress like to just sit around my hair, just sit around my goddamn house. But I was out, and so like I just went to go get some food. So that was literally my first meal of the day. So I apologize, guys, and I apologize just for us basically getting started so late. So listen, look, that feeds perfectly into the first lesson that I was getting ready to show. So if you're on TikTok right now, you need to switch over to my screen. So you need to switch over to my screen because I'm getting ready to explain how I personally look for liquidity. Now listen. This
We will get to
is
that, Medina.
now
If
listen.
you follow
Not
the Discord, we'll answer all TikTok questions will be answered after the show.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, guys. Listen, that is unless I specifically see and I know that you're inside Discord. So, Kaz, how are you teaching a class and not making sure all your people in? I've asked several times. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Cass. Um, okay. Cass, where are you at? Where are you at, Cass? Where are you at? So you're inside Discord. We sent out the link inside Discord. So you're gonna have
Like
to
7
join
times.
his. So you're gonna have to join his community and click on his link. It's free, and then he'll approve you. But however, we are live streaming at the same time.
Damn, I just got a restriction for nothing.
Yeah,
Said
me too.
violation.
Disconnect. The Trippers Live contains themes that may find uncomfortable. If you continue going live with them, your live may be unavailable for some audience.
That's insane, bro.
Okay, how
I'm
about
getting
this?
blacklisted.
Yeah. How about this? So I'm going to disconnect and then you end your live and you rejoin.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Just rejoin it. Just rejoin it. Just rejoin.
Bet.
Cass. Hold on. Cass, what questions do you have? When I click on the NQ Insider, I click the link, nothing happens.
All right.
Hold on.
I'm going back live right now.
Okay, cool. Cass, I'm going to DM you. Cass, I'm going to DM you his link to the Discord. Hold on, Cass.
That's crazy. I'm getting blacklisted, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
For nothing. They didn't even give me a reason. They just said violated for restrictions.
Bro, TikTok is like that, bro. They're wild.
But at the same time, I'm almost I'm halfway to 5,000. That's crazy. In a month.
Hold on,
Slowing
Cass,
down for sure. I gotta figure out what the fuck it is, but let me see. Co-host.
Cass, DM me. Cass, DM me so that I can DM you the link, please. DM me so that I can DM you the link. Just DM me and just say hi. Just say hi.
There you go. I
Okay,
just
I see you.
invited you.
Just say love
This is
TikTok.
wild. I don't know what's happening, but they're trying to lock your boy out.
Yeah. So Cass, I just DM'd you the link to his Discord server. So join it, and then he'll look at his phone, and then he will approve you. But however, the same thing that you're looking at from TikTok is the exact same thing. Is the exact
the
same
exact
thing
same
from
stuff. Here,
from
I just got
from
his
Discord.
his
There's no
in
difference.
Kazi B.
Yeah, Cass.
All right. Tell him click now. Click it now. He's good.
Cass, exit out and then rejoin. He
Click
he said
the-
he had a vape on it, so it may have given him a restriction for that.
It is what it is. They usually tell me vaping though, and I would have said it. I would have stood on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
But that's wild. They're
Oh,
weird. They're weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either way.
So either way, so guys, listen, look, so back on track. So now before I say this, every single trader might have their own little twist on things, right? Because guys, trading is the only job to where you can have the exact answers to the test as someone else and you can still fail. As in
Yeah, but I can zoom in on things.
you're echoing again. Oh, let me mute him. Okay. Guys, it's is it okay? Is the echo fixed now? Is the echo fixed?
I muted you now, so we're good.
Okay.
We're back to back. I already know it's fixed. That's how we
Okay,
fixed
great.
it last time.
Okay, great. Cool. Perfect. Guys, trading is the only job, it is the only profession to where you can have the correct answer to the test and you can still fail. So if you enter the same trade as I take, you can still fail. Why? Because there's different risk parameters in place, account size, so many different things coming to the equation, right? And then also, guys, trading is the only profession where you can't cheat this. I'm talking about
Can't
being
cheat it.
a high level professional. You cannot cheat this. All right. So if anyone is telling you to turn your brain off or an alert service, it might work temporarily, but you need to know what's going on in order to be highly successful. Trust me, I tried that way as well, and it didn't end well for my accounts, like my live cash accounts back then. It did not. The only reason,
We all
guys, the
tried
only
it.
reason why I personally do not trade, but before I get into this, because this is going to play into why I trade the way I trade. The only reason why I don't trade my live cash account, guys, and I usually have like minimum $20,000 just sitting inside of a TraderVid account to where I don't touch. And I don't do that unless I'm waiting on a 20 to 30K withdrawal from Apex. So the reason why I don't trade a live cash account for me personally is because I trade with Apex. It's because nothing, to me personally, nothing beats being able to make $10,000 or $15,000 over the course of like 1 or 2 minutes, versus me risking my own cash. So with that being said, I'm going to slowly transition into what I look for on a daily basis. Because the reason why I said that is because what I'm looking for on a daily basis, I am only looking to make 25 to 35 ticks off of 2 to at the most 3 contracts, 2 at the most 3 times a day.
Let me pause you right there for 1 second too. What he's saying also with as far as like if he trades live, trades props, I hate when people ask that. I don't care if you're paper trading. If you can find an A+ setup, tell me why you took the trade, take the trade. That's what I give a shit about. If you're wondering what the fuck is in somebody's pocket, stop it. Stop it.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
That you're already putting yourself behind everyone, right? Give yourself the opportunity to just like learn the trade itself, learn the structure of something that works. Don't worry about how much money somebody made. Don't put anybody in a pedestal. That's how you develop animosities.
Exactly.
Just work.
Aaron, I mean, the trippers, it's a weird thing because a lot of people, they don't give a shit about nothing that I got to say until I show them my bank account. Or until I show them withdrawals. And then it's just like, now, I'm still trading the exact same way. But until I actually pull up my bank account, It's weird to me how people act. Guys, listen. He is 100% right. High level professional traders, they value demo trading. You want to know why? Because demo having consistency is what matters. It does not, this market doesn't care about how much money you make. It only rewards consistency. So if you can show that you can hold on to a demo, now that does not mean you putting $500 million inside of a demo and you putting it, and you enter into a short on 1,000 minis.
Nope.
That's not, and then you lying to people and then you telling people that
Same
you made $2
RR.
million in a day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trading it like how you would normally trade. There is absolutely no difference. The market is going to move the exact same way. So, with that being said, guys, listen, let me dive into what I look for in the morning on a daily basis. Now, listen.
That part, dude.
Now, listen. This. So now we're starting to get into the lesson. Into the overall lesson. So that was just a warm up, guys. Listen. What I look for on a daily basis is this. For one, I try to understand the mentality. If anyone is inside my Discord, they know the pre-market. Guys, I send out a pre-market plan every single day. And they know the accuracy of that. That thing is off the chain. That thing literally has like a 100% hit rate. I'm not joking. It's crazy. So the reason why is because I don't give a damn about being right or wrong. I am only trying to understand liquidity. All right? So with that being said, if you look at my screen, so if you're watching right now, you need to look at my screen. All right? So I am going to walk you through my personal pre-market plan. Now, this is why it's called ICT discretionary a little bit, because it is going to slightly differ. I got some, hold on real quick. I got some sauce over here on this damn thing for my damn sandwich. That's nasty. I don't get down like that. Now, this is going to slightly differ from ICT, but however, the concept is still the same. What I mean by slightly different is now look, if you look at my chart, excuse me. Now, sorry, it's this I got this AI automatic tracker. So it's still in beta, so it gets fucked up. Now, I still know where midnight is. I still know where, some of these levels are. However, guys, I differ a little bit because I just try and I try to understand where they can go to make the most amount of money. So that's what I'm specifically looking for every single day before I even open up my computer. And I tell my students inside here, me personally, now I'm talking about the New York session. Asia might be a little bit different, so he's going to get into that. I don't give a damn where this market's going to go. I don't. I don't care if it goes up or down. I don't have a bias. The only time I would say a bias for me, I'm speaking for me, personally comes into play. And you guys see how I trade. The only time I would say a bias for me personally comes into play is if we have dumped like 1.5%, or if we have pumped a straight 1.5% up in a straight line. I am and we're at all-time highs. Of course, I'm clearly not going to try and short it because it's clearly bullish. Or you know what? If we're dumping 2% down in a straight line because Trump sneezed and he said tariffs is back on for everybody, then of course I am not going to be looking in order to try and catch a falling knife. That's called tugging on Superman's cape. When Lewis Lane is in the next city and Superman flies 100,000 times faster than the speed of light.
Shante, your roles have been updated.
I'm not going to tug on his cape. So, guys, with that being said, listen. If you're looking at my screen, this is something that I look for. Let's go back. So, if this is down in their all-time highs, right? So let me go here. And let me start to delete some of these lines here. So this is from Tuesday. So let's go to, let me see. I normally send it out like, let's just say, hold on. Let me get set up here. Perfect. So I normally send this out. So I normally send this out like right around anywhere from 9 to about 11 o'clock. Well, about 8 to 11 o'clock p.m. the day before. If you're looking at my screen right now, we are going to rewind all the way back to Wednesday or Thursday. So right now, you're going to imagine right now that the time is let's just say Wednesday at Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So this is a chart. Now look, this applies to almost every single this applies to almost everything. This is how I determine liquidity. So this is what I do every single day before I open up my chart. I personally label out, there's nothing here on this chart other than BISIs and SIBIs. I personally label out all of the 15-minute BISIs and all of the 15-minute SIBIs, above and below, that are unfilled. I'm not even looking at IFVGs. If you don't know what this is, you're gonna, you're just gonna have to understand. Or there's a link in my bio, and then you can learn how to understand how to trade for $11. So I'm not gonna explain to you what a BISI and what a SIBI is at this point in time. But just know that this is the hidden code of the market. So what I'm getting ready to explain to you right now is how this market is operating under. I don't give a shit what anyone else is telling you. I don't. I don't care about no trend lines or no support and resistance. I don't give a shit about that. Just stop. But before I explain this, just stop and just think. If it was just as simple as drawing a straight line and using support and resistance, wouldn't everybody be multimillionaires? If you think that this market is operating under support and resistance, then I am sorry. I have a black beach to sell you in the middle of Idaho. That is not the case. This market is going off of something that is hidden. It is programmed to do it over and over again. This market is not really primarily controlled by buyers and sellers. It is, but it is not. It is booked by an algorithm. Everything that you are looking at is controlled by a computer. It is not like how it was 60 or 70 years ago. That is not the case. So with that being said, if you think that they're going to put 50 or $100 trillion worth of assets in the hands of any one person or in the hands of buyers and sellers randomly, that's a problem. Your computer and your Instagram is controlled by a computer. It shows you and it feeds you what to look at, and it tells you what to look at. So if you think that your social media if you know that your social media is controlled by that, what makes you think that they would put this in the hands of buyers and sellers? You just need to start using common sense here. So some of the things that we're seeing in here, it is going to fully open your mind. If you don't believe me, look it up. NQ, QQQ, and NDX are all the same thing, but they're just traded on different assets. They're just traded just on different exchanges. NQ has about a dozen different things trading as well, all at the same time. NQ and MNQ are the same exact thing. So no matter what order is coming on NQ, MNQ is going to mirror it. And the same thing with QQQ. They're going to go up and down at the same exact time. And there's hundreds of millions of different people buying these different assets all at the same time. So, not everyone is buying all of them across the same indice. So if they're all going up and down at the same exact microsecond, wouldn't that mean that it's manipulated? Guys, I'm just explaining this to you before I go on. So you have to understand this. Because if you do not understand this, then you will not understand trading. You have to understand this. I'm serious. So for example, if you look at my screen, look. Do you see this? That's SPY. SPY is mirroring ES1. And it is mirroring and SPX is mirroring ES as well. See, we like to get caught up in the forest. So we can't see the forest for the trees because you guys live in the forest. Most of you guys live in America, so you think the world revolves around you. There's there's dozens upon dozens upon dozens of different SPYs. And they're all across different exchanges. And there's hundreds of millions of orders coming in on each one. There's a SPY in Bangladesh. There's one in India. There's one in Saudi Arabia. There's one in Dubai. There's hundreds of millions of different people buying across each one of these indices. And SPY, ES, and SPX all move in conjunction at the same exact time, the same exact amount. The computer is manipulating the price across them all. It is controlled by an algorithm. So you have to understand what it's going off of. If a 5-year-old toddler can draw a straight line, it is not going to seriously make you money because you will not be able to manage your risk off of it. You will become the liquidity. I'm serious. This is not a joke. So with that being said, if you look at my screen, you can see, look, you can see all the different SPYs. Guys, and listen, for every single last one of these, there's also an inverse as well. So it's doing the exact same thing. So like if SPY goes up 0.25%, there's an inverse to where it goes down 0.25% as well. So it's manipulated to the downside as well, but people don't see it, people don't understand that. So I just went on that 3-minute rant right there so that you can fully understand how this market is manipulated. So if you had any thoughts before I go on about this,
And
hopefully that has been squashed. And if you refuse to believe that, then I'm sorry. Then I can tell you, but I can't force you to drink. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to switch over to the NQ. The NQ tracks the top 100 tech stocks in the world. Just plain and simple. ES tracks the top 500, the S&P 500, which is the top 500 stocks in the world. All right. NQ is tech. So with that being said, this is what I look for on a daily basis. I make sure that my 15-minute BISIs and my SIBIs are highlighted. Why? Because the market tends to react to these in the most violent way possible over the course of the short term. I personally don't want to have a 4-hour BISI labeled out on my chart because I only get one full 4-hour candle in a day, let alone a 12-hour BISI, or let alone a 12-hour or a 1-day FEG. To me, from what I've back tested, that's really not going to help my daily trading when you can blow an account on a 60-second candle. Why, to me personally, why am I looking at a 12-hour BISI or a 12-hour SIBI when I don't even get one of those fully in a day? So guys, listen,
if you're in
gonna
my
have to
live
start
right now, jump into NQ's live. I'm going to end my live until 6 p.m. and then I'm going to go live for maybe just the half hour, maybe an hour, just to get a little bit of the session in.
Perfect.
But join on his.
All
right.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Guys, listen. Okay, great. Perfect. Guys, listen.
Killing my engagements
Okay, yeah, no problem.
because I wasn't talking to anybody.
Yeah, no problem. So I forget the point that I was making. What was I saying?
Sorry about that, bro.
No problem. What was the point I was saying? What was I talking about? I was talking about 15-minute BISIs, 15-minute SIBIs. Time frames. Okay, great. Yes, thank you. I don't want to be looking at a daily BISI or a SIBI. I don't want to be doing that. So I filtered out a lot of the ICT noise. The reason why a lot of traders fail with ICT is because it is full blown information overload. It's information overload. So you have to filter out the noise. And so this is how I figured out how to filter out the noise for me personally. I've noticed how the market tends to react to the 15-minute BISIs and the 15-minute SIBIs the most, right? So now that doesn't mean that they can't be invalidated. But if you start plotting them out, you will see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get down to the first lesson of liquidity. So I highlight my 15-minute BISIs and my SIBIs. That's here and that's here. And then I also have the 5 minutes showing here because of this indicator. Now, what I do is I zoom out. I zoom out slightly, right? And I look and I go, where can they go in order for them to fill the most amount of orders in order for them to make money? That is literally what I do. So I come here and I start to zoom out and I go, where can they go in order for them to make money? So if the time now is like, let's just say Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Let's just say the time now is Wednesday at, let's just say Wednesday at right here. So like if we're looking at this right now, this is how I determine liquidity zones. I look at this and I go, they can come here and they can take this out here.
Hey, but
Hey, who said that? Okay. So
Mhm.
what's up, man? So they can come here in order to take this
You
out
gonna
right
make
here.
these?
Hold on. Who's that talking?
I guess just an M&M
Alex, mute your
blur.
mic.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Thank
Mute
you.
your mic. Mute your mic. Hold on, guys. I'm going to enter into bar replay here because I don't want because I don't want to give anyone any hints. So, guys, this is bar replay right now. This is full blown bar replay from the day before. So I'm not the day before. This is full blown bar replay. So no one knows what this date is. So I'm sorry, no one knows what this is going to do. Not even me. So I want to actually start fresh here. So with that being said, the date on this is April 21st, 2023. This is how I determine liquidity. I'm going to show you guys how I determine liquidity. Now, this is what I've personally done. So I'm looking at levels like this. I go, they can come here, and quite frankly, they can come here. If I zoom out here, this right here is where they could potentially come in order for them to fill orders. Right here. So here or here. So here or here, to me personally, this is their primary objective. Now, this does not include midnight. This does not include Asia lows or Asia highs, wherever the case may be. I am stripping, this is me personally. I am stripping trading down to its chrome. Stripping trading down to its chrome to where I am understanding where people are going to be transacting the most. What this means is this. If anyone is short in this range here, they are going to fully admit defeat whenever we take this line out right here. If anyone is long in this range, in this same circle right here, like, guys, look, I'm not talking about you're highly advanced and you know ICT and you understand liquidity and like you're a super highly profitable trader and you know how to manage your risk. Guys, I'm talking about basic traders, people that are trading support and resistance and trend lines, like the basic thing that they're telling you to trade under. They're going to be getting out right here at this line right here. Anyone that's short in here, they're going to be getting out right over here at this line. That's where their buy stop is going to be. Anyone that's long in here, they're going to be taking profit right over here at this exact same line right here. So this market is going to take itself, this algorithm is going to take itself. It's going to take the market to a place to where they can fill the most orders. Why? Because it makes money off of spread. It does not make money off commissions. Your broker makes money off commissions by giving you the opportunity to tap into the market. So with that being said, they are only trying to fill orders, if that makes sense. So anyone that's long in here, they're going to be trying to get out right here. Anyone that's short in here, if this market starts shooting up, their buy stop is going to be there. So, and then also conversely, anyone that's shorted in this range here, they're going to be taking profit at this bottom line right here that I have right here. Let me make this a little bit more straight. They're going to be taking profits over here at this bottom line right here. Anyone that bought in this range or that decided to buy this pattern bull flag right here that broke down, they're then going to be trying, their sell stop is going to be right over here at this same line right here. So you have to understand this basic concept of trading because you have to understand what they are trying to do first and foremost. This is where I slightly start to differ, just slightly, where I start to put a slight little twist on it separately from ICT. The concept is still the same, but I understand this first and foremost. So with that being said, these right here are going to be my points of interest. Now, what I do in between then is completely up to me. What that means is if they start to show their hand to me, like if they come here and they tease it, then I will look for PD arrays in order for me to then target this. Or if they do something like this, like if they sweep this and then I get a violent pullback and I get a lower time frame SIBI forming, I will then short it on a pullback to then target lower levels of liquidity. That is it. Or if they dump it down in here and they sweep this, and then I get a lower time frame BISI on a pullback, I will then take a long so that I can target higher levels of liquidity. That is it. And if they choose to do this, guys, I am explaining to you basically how I trade. Seriously. And how I have stripped ICT down to its chrome. And if they decide to do this without creating any imbalances, then I know that they're bullshitting. Then that tells me that they're just in time distortion, so I do nothing. I will literally sit here. Everyone that's watched me trade live, you will see me sit there through that for 4 or 5 hours in a row if they don't do nothing. So someone say, well, why aren't they doing that if their number one objective is to make money then? They are making money doing that. It is called the people in options. Zero DTE recently came out, like a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Listen.
If you don't understand Greeks, get out of options.
Correct. Guys, listen. They are engineering liquidity for the people in options through something called theta decay. So the long story short, the longer you hold options, the longer that you hold it, the
closer you are to expiration price.
Correct.
Date.
The closer you are to expiration price, but however, exactly. But that also means that the more that the value of the contract that you are holding decreases. So the market can go sideways.
That work together and yeah.
Exactly. So the market can go sideways, and when it goes sideways, you lose money. So what they're doing is they are engineering spread for the people in options whenever the market does shit like this. Whenever you see shit like this going on, this is primarily for the people inside options. So they're making money that way.
Fundamentally, we have some news or something like that.
Exactly. Correct. Exactly. So I personally don't want to be a part of that. I am looking for an imbalance to take place to then target liquidity, or in order to go away from liquidity that was already targeted and that was already swept. That is me stripping it down to its chrome.
Now, since he just stripped everything down to its chrome, I want to give you a breakdown of how I trade in its simplest terms based off of what he just drew there. So pay attention to his screen and his 2 lines, right?
Okay, hold on, Aaron.
Go ahead.
Before Aaron talks, guys, listen. When he's talking, I want you guys to take a deep breath, because what he is talking now, the concepts are still going to be very similar and very the same. However, he is talking about how he has become profitable trading the Asia session with extremely low volume and extremely low volatility. All right. So please keep that in mind. And I just wanted to just put that out there before he goes forward. Okay. So this is not primarily coded directly for the New York session. So there is a slight difference. However, it is still the same. But there's a slight difference, because you cannot trade New York like how you trade Asia. You will blow up your account.
I'll take a couple trades in New York session, and the times when it's closest to Asia is about 3 p.m. Why? When do you usually see your volume drop off? Right? You see it around 3 p.m. Okay, so if it does, because you're already getting out at 4, so options market aren't really buying and selling a bunch of fucking contracts that last hour of the day. So they're not, once you get that move, it's direct. But before we even talk about anything New York, it's what I trade is Asia. He is expecting these levels, right? Those 2 levels you see here on his screen. I'm going to take a key level. I'm going to zoom in. So zoom into that little head and shoulder looking piece right there, right in the center where price action is right now, NQ, on your screen, because I know people are watching yours too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to find my key level of breakout in the smaller, right, in this pattern here. And I'm going to scale in a much smaller position size. And then I'm going to, if I have to lose $100 here, $100 there to get the perfect positioning, then I will. And then I take that 50-point move to his levels, that 100-point move to his levels while trailing stops. The reason that I trail stops and I don't have to take profit is because in Asia session, you have to give yourself these smaller moves. What you see, these tightening, like trade sideways type of deals, you don't have that theta burn that you feel throughout that New York session if you have a really bad sideways day. But through those sideways days, I can find my levels and hit the same exact way. So right there on his screen, on his indicator he used, in that first wick down to the downside after it traded 3 candles sideways right there, once it dumped off that fair value gap, you get 1 tap to that fair value gap. All right. That second candle did not invalidate the entire fair value gap. Your entry was this candle here. When we rejected highs at that 15,170 level, my entry on my head was there. Right. So I'm gonna take that move straight down, and it's in Asia. So you're gonna have more candles set up sideways. It's gonna be less direct, and you have to be okay with that. You're going to look at a 4-hour setup for your 5-minute candles. So now you have to wait on this slow ass trade to play out, because that's what it's going to be. And that's because your risk to reward is allowing you to hit this one move where you don't have to sit through all of New York session and worry about what folders are fucking being opened and what this and that and how much volatility, and if fucking Trump goes on its fucking iPhone or whatever the fuck it is. I don't have to worry about that as much in Asia, and you still have your different fundamental gaps. But I'm going to trade the exact same way. It's ICT down to a T. Now, the things that I add into it, right? I want an SMT divergence. I need more reasons why. On a smaller time frame, I'm going to use my RSI, or you can use MACD. They're same setups, but I like RSI. It's pretty much got the MACD as an average line right there on it. That's how I think of it as far as like when I'm going to direct myself that way. So what you're looking for is, in the simplest terms, if you're just easy looking at like reading screens, you want these lines to cross, and that would be on your relative strength index. So what that means is you're oversold. When I enter a trade, I'm oversold on a small time frame. In an Asia session, you're not you can back test it. You're not going to have too many times when you were oversold or overbought. So if you wait for that one setup, it's A plus. That's your A plus setup. You're going to get on your positioning, and then you're going to start to trail your stops. You're going to base that off of how well the relative strength index is doing. And if you cross back over this line, you keep that stop there and you reposition. You don't go for the short or go for the long or their opposite direction. It's moving too slow to get in halfway through it. And that's why it's harder to trade Asia session sometimes, because it's more confusing in that sense. But what I'm looking for are those simple things. And if you're always getting your setup, we're not going to miss. We're not going to have that, like where he says time distortion. You're already in the right position. The worst that could happen is you're stopped out in profit. If you're taking these setups, it's because they've passed key areas that give you at least a 10 to, if my stops are super close, it's 10 to 20 points. And if you're giving yourself that small of a risk to reward in the future, when you do decide to size up and keep the exact same mental, now instead of taking 5 micros, you're taking 2 minis. The same exact trade setup hit. Why did we trade 5 micros for a straight year? It's so that we can get into the big leagues. We can get up to that level, right? We want to make sure that we're consistent on that. And we want to make sure that we're in the exact same play every single fucking time. Why? Because it made us money the first time. You don't have to switch it. It's going to give it back to you. Why do you have to get scared in the play? Why do you have to get worried when you lose something? You have the fucking tool already. Just wait for the setup to happen again. You're always going to hit this wall where you were impatient. And that's what
don't oversize. Don't oversize and straight.
And oversizing comes from what? Impatience. You want the money now. Like fucking that JG Wentworth commercial. That's it. You want it's my money. I want it now. No. No, dude. You can get it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I'd rather have 10 $400 trades than that one $4,000 setup, and then tomorrow I'm trying to go for 10 bands. It's just going to lead to an ego, right? So I want to look for a small window of profit, 20 points, but I want to find it on the opportunity for that trade to go 100 points. I know where my take profits are, but they're not take profits because I'm willing to lose a little bit in that Asia session. That was hard to say with my retainers. So many S's. I'm willing to lose a little bit more in that singular trade while after it goes into profit. Otherwise, I'm going to be trading chop. So you have to be able to sit through 5 of those candles where it may be looking like it's going in that opposite direction, but on a larger time frame, it's painted. It's painted, so you just got to wait on it. That's it. They're filling orders, just like he said. It's liquidity. It's always liquidity. That's your answer on either side. You're looking for a level to be filled. Why do my stops get hit so well? And why do they always tick me straight into my stop and then it fucking goes straight down? It's because I knew the fucking level that it didn't need to break. I have to work on moving those another 0.5% up, or you know whatever it might be.
Exactly.
I'm not going to break down standard deviation yet. I'm going to let you go into something else beforehand, but
Exactly.
we'll do that next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Great. Yeah, guys.
And just as fundamental, sorry, I didn't even say it. An SMT is when you get a divergence. So SMT divergence is when you get a price that isn't correlating to the indicator, whether you're using MACD or whether you're using RSI. If the RSI is going down, but the price isn't correlating and going down, then there's your SMT. Usually it has a trend line that will tell you, but that is your SMT when you get an opposite. All right.
Yeah, great, great. So I'm glad. I'm glad that he mentioned some of the things that he uses primarily in the Asia session. So because I've gotten a lot of questions, and I'm glad that he brought that up because a lot of people ask me, "Hey, why don't you look at RSI?" or "Hey, why don't you consider MACD or this and that?" He uses that in order. He uses that so that he can correct me if I'm wrong because I don't want to speak for him. But in order for him to gain a better understanding, because the volatility and the volume during Asia is more dried up, so he might use that as another level of confirmation. Whereas with me, I understand that the New York session is the king as far as the volume. So I'm personally not looking at RSI because during the New York session, if you use RSI primarily, like just primarily RSI, from what I have seen, because I tried doing that, you will get fucked. Why? Because you will try and enter into because you will try and buy something. And has anyone ever tried RSI? And when you bought it, it just kept on dumping and dumping and dumping, and you're like, "Yo, this is so oversold. Why is it still going lower?" Well, that's because RSI
Can't be
just
your
stands
only
for
reason.
relative strength index. Oversold can become more oversold into more oversold into more oversold, and overbought can become more overbought into more overbought into more overbought. And then on top of that, the RSI relative strength index can cool off if they shoot it up here in a straight line. Like if you're looking at my computer, and if they shoot up here in a straight line, and if they just go sideways for like 2 or 3 hours, it can cool
And
off.
that'll cool off your RSI. That's a reason to stay in the play. You need more reasons.
Correct.
You
Correct.
can't
Yeah.
use it as your only reason.
Correct.
Same
Yeah,
way with
yeah,
ICT.
exactly. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. But however, what some people will do is they'll see it shoot up, and then where it used to fuck me at Aaron was this. I mean, the trippers was this. Was was I would short it here, right? And then it would cool off, and I would go, "Oh well, this is more of a reason for me to stay inside the trade because it's looking like it's getting ready to reverse." And then it would just cool off by going sideways, and it would shoot up higher, and then I would blow up my account. Why?
There's the
Because
reasoning to trade Asia.
correct. So I was not trading Asia, but
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wasn't. However, I was primarily going off of that. So there's a caveat to that. I was not trading ICT with RSI. So I
Okay.
was primarily and only trading RSI with support and resistance. And I could not figure out why I was blowing up my accounts. So almost every single strategy that you are trying to hit that I will say does not work, it is because I have tried to perfect it, and I know for a fact you cannot manage your risk to a tick, unlike how what we are looking at specifically. So with that being said, let me finish off the point in regards to what I look for in the morning, because I want to try and finish this off so that he can hop on the 6 p.m. Live trading session, and so that I can hop in within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the 6 p.m. market open, and so that I can walk you guys through what I'm looking at specifically. So I'm going to do this random date, and then I'm going to do the current market update with you guys, and then he'll hop on live trading, and then and then we'll answer any questions. All right. So guys, listen, this is a random date in the past here. So this is something that I primarily look for right here. This is what I primarily look for right here. What I look for is this. everyone, like I said, that bought in here is going to be looking to take profit up here. Everyone that's shorter in this range, their sell stop is going to be right here at this line. Everyone that's shorter in this range, they're going to be trying their TP is going to be right over here at this line. I'm talking about just normal basic traders. You want to know why? Guys, do you want to know why this market is designed in order to do this? It's because this is how most traders are thinking. Most traders are
Retail.
not thinking outside of the box. They're not.
That's what they call retail.
Exactly.
We are retail.
Exactly. So listen, if you are trading support and resistance and trend lines, or primarily trading patterns and like patterns, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just drawing bull and bear flags, you are the liquidity.
Well, I'm glad you're here, first off.
Well, thank God you're here because your life is going to change.
Yeah.
But listen to me. We are feasting off of you because we know where the market's going to go. And then right when you blow up your fucking account, and then right when you blow up your account, that's when I start to reconsider a position.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Gotta be liquidity.
So listen. So
That's
with
it.
that
And
being
the difference
said,
is you're gonna take the Head and Shoulders. I'm gonna tell you each leg and why it happened.
exactly, guys. Listen. So let me remove Discord here. So with that being said, guys, listen. I know for a fact that this and this right here are the main focal points, right? For this, as far as this is concerned. All right, I know where the market's going to go. You got a crystal ball? Well, here's the deal. Let me answer that question. I don't have a crystal ball, but I know where they're going to go to fill orders. How they get there, I'm not sure. When they do that, I'm not sure. I just align myself with it whenever they reveal their hand. No one knows what the market's going to do. If anyone is telling you that they know exactly what the fuck the market's going to do, when it's going to do it, they'd be a multi-billionaire. No, I'm sorry, a multi-trillionaire. I'd be richer than Elon Musk. I'm serious, I would. So, but however, I do know for a fact that they have to go to a specific amount of, that they have to go somewhere to fill orders. Period. They do. Listen to me. Stop and listen to me. If you want to, if anyone, hold on. Before I make this point, I got to do this. Of course, I know most of the time. You said, okay, listen. For anyone that wants to know, this right here is primarily this is one of the things that I have directly inside my Discord. I'm going to show you. Right here. This is what I'm talking about. If anyone remembers what happened a few days ago, they will know. When the market gap down, like when I said 23,775 sell side liquidity. Who said that?
Hey, can you mute your whoever that is? Can you mute your mic, please?
Is it
They
Chilo?
talking about baby asses and shit.
Hold on. Yeah, man. Yeah.
No, you're good.
The trippers mute him. Mute him.
I did. It didn't mute it for everybody. I had to give everybody roles, so it didn't mute it for everyone.
Okay, yeah. So, guys, listen. This right here, let me go to the most recent day because people will more so understand that, right? So, let's just go back to Thursday. I don't have a crystal ball. So, this is a primary example. I don't have a crystal ball, but however, I can understand where they might go fill orders. Like, for example, I sent this out on Wednesday night to my Discord. Gap fill Thursday is upon us. For anyone that understands what happened on Thursday, just go back and just look at the chart yourself. You will see. I said gap fill Thursday is upon us. Anything happening in Asia or London is irrelevant to me. SPX has multiple imbalances to fill. This was just this past Thursday. 646162 gap fill from 9-2. 6415 gap fill from 9-3. I said if a gap from SPX is created during the New York session on 9-4, which is that Thursday, expected to be filled, they will then target the next imbalance. I meant to say 64-61, but I don't edit these. It's most likely. 23,553 buy side is screaming to be swept, but the data may determine that. If SPX starts hunting upside gap fill liquidity, it will drag NQ along with it. 23,681.75 buy side if this gets freakishly squeezy to the upside. Unlikely before NFP tomorrow. Time distortion and seek and destroy is most likely. Expect a tricky market tomorrow. All right. And then I said 23.98 sell side if they start hunting lower levels of liquidity to fill 9.3's gap fill. Take it piece by piece. All right. So we're going to now fast forward over here to what happened on, let's just say, Thursday. Look at what happened on Thursday. They gapped it up, just like how I said. It was gap fill Thursday. They gapped it up. This right here was where 9.2's gap was. They filled the gap, and then they dumped it, and then they filled the gap over here. That right there was liquidity level that they took out. And then they squeezed it nonstop in a bullish squeeze to the upside. Does that mean that I have a crystal ball? No, I'm sorry. They can't see that. Let me remove that. Sorry, right here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me go back. So this right here was where 9.2's gap was. This right here was where the gap filled from where they created this imbalance at. They came down here, and on Thursday, they filled it here, and then they squeezed it nonstop to the upside the entire day. Look at this. Look what the fuck they did. Does this mean that I have a crystal ball? No, it does not. But I'm understanding liquidity. So this ties into my lesson here. The same logic here applies to this in regards to what I'm looking for here. So to me, what I'm looking for is primarily this right here and this right here is where they could potentially go in order to fill orders. Now, in between there, they might do time distortion, or they might take a day in order to do it. I don't know. But however, that's what I'm looking at. Now, you can start to tie other things in here, like these 15-minute BISIs and these 15-minute SIBIs here. So you can structure trade ideas off of that. Like if they take out this little internal here and they shoot this up into here, then you might be able to take a short scalp off of this. Or if they reject it lower, you can then long it into another bullish and balance it and target higher levels of liquidity. However you want to structure trade off of that, that's fine. But primarily what I am looking at is I am looking at these levels here. And everything that I am going off of is going off of these levels. And so I might want to wait for one of these levels to be swept. And if they sweep it and they dump it and they give me a pullback, then I can short it to go lower. If they sweep this and if they bounce it and I get a BISI form on a lower time frame, then I can long it to go higher. That's what I mean when I say I don't care if the market goes up or down. So now I am going to press market replay, and we're going to see exactly what happens here 2 years ago, because no one knows what's going to happen here. And we will see what happens to this market and how they play this out over here in real time. So, excuse me. I want to, okay, so yeah. So we're going to see how this plays out in real time. Hold on. Let me replay speed 7x 1 uptick per second. So we're going to play this out in real time, and then we're going to see exactly what they do. So this is Sunday. So the time now is Sunday. So the time now is Sunday, the 23rd at 10 o'clock. Now, look, this is Asia, so the volume is going to be a lot smaller here. But guys, listen, market replay is huge because then you get to see and you get to understand what they're doing in real time. All right, so this is Asia now. So pay attention. This is all that this market is doing. I don't know what's going to happen. So hold on, let me pause this. We have this internal here at this line. And then we have this little external right here at this line. We don't know where this market's going to go. No one knows. That's why I don't like to have a bias, because I think that when I have a bias, I think that blinds me from what I am trying to see in real time, because I don't give a shit if they go up or down. I don't care. I'm going to short it or I'm going to long it. I'm not married to an idea. And if they show me something differently, then guess what? I'm going to admit that I was wrong, and I'm going to align myself with the right answer is. If you have a problem with admitting that you're wrong and realigning yourself with the market, this is not the profession for you. I'm just being 100% honest with you. So we're going to see in real time where they start to target this market at. Now, so it's 8 o'clock. It's getting ready to be 9 o'clock. Now, stop. When they took out this internal right here, this market swept this level and this market reversed. That right there was the first point in regards to what they did. Guys, this whole lesson ties into liquidity. You have to understand what they're doing. Whenever they filled these orders here, that right there was the only reason why this market reversed here. Guys, this has nothing to do with any schematics. I'm not talking about FEGs. I'm not talking about no order flow. Guys, none of that stuff. I'm just talking about when they take out a specific level, as in they fill orders at a liquidity spot, they are then going to decide and then reevaluate what they're going to do. This is all this market is doing. And sometimes you'll be able to see what this market is doing, but they won't give you an entry because you won't be able to manage your risk. You don't want to be chasing it. You don't want to buy the tippity top of a move because they can dump on your head. And you don't want to short the bottom of the move because then they could pump it on your head and liquidate you and blow up your account. So with that being said, I'm going to continue to press play and I'm going to see what this market decides to do. Stop. Look. They took out this internal here and then they reversed it. They filled these orders to the upside. Guys, this is all this market is doing. It is only trying to fill orders. You can't see that because you're caught up directly in the middle of it and your brain goes foggy whenever you start trading and whenever money's on the line. For whatever reason, I don't know. I'm just being 100% honest with you. They filled these orders here, and what did they start doing? They immediately started targeting this zone right here, this line right here that I had. And look what happened. They took that line out, and let's see what happens next. I don't know what's going to happen next. This was 2 years ago. Look. They're going up again. Look. That's it. This is the baseline understanding of this market. That's it. Stop. That right there was what I was talking about. Now, they took out this internal here and they reversed it. But this line right here was exactly what I was referencing. Guys, look. When they took this line out, look what happened. This market bounced. This has shit to do with, guys, this has shit to do with midnight, Asia lows, or anything like that. Or London lows, none of that. This is just liquidity that I'm talking about. When they took this line out, this market bounced. So you have to understand that when they took this out, they were just trying to fill the orders down here and to get everyone out of this market here at this specific zone. Anything else is irrelevant. That is how I draw up my pre-market trading plan. So if you knew and if you understood this, you would have been able to game plan something around this, if that makes sense. So now, whatever PDRA or whatever setup that you wanted to organize off of that, that would have been completely up to you. That's part 2 and part 3. But the baseline understanding is understanding where they could potentially go to fill orders. You have to understand that. And that is it. Like, that's just it. I'm serious. Guys, there's nothing else to this market other than that. Does that make sense to everybody? I want to make sure that everybody inside Discord understood that. Can you guys inside Discord put it inside the chat so that I know that you understood that? Does that make sense to everybody inside Discord? Can you say yes or no? Yes. Okay, yes. That's it, guys. That is it. So up or down, it does not matter. Now, however you try to structure something off of that, that's fine. Or you can wait for a major level to be taken out, and then with confirmation, then you can long it, if that makes sense. Okay, so we got some people that understood. So hey, man, what does that mean with confirmation? What that means is this. If you understood the basics as far as liquidity, when they swept this level here, and you understand that they got to go up or down, who gives a fuck where they go? If they sweep this, and if they give you something to where you can manage your risk off of, like one of these bitches right over here, then you can long this, which is what I was talking about, on a pullback to then target higher levels of liquidity. That's what I said 10 minutes ago. That is it. That is it. There's nothing else other than that. If they would have did this to the upside up here, I would have did the same thing. When they took out this internal right here, that is the same thing. When they took this out, I can then structure a trade idea off of an imbalance in this area. Now, these are 3-minute candles, so it won't show up on a 1-minute basis, but it's the same thing to then start targeting lower levels of liquidity. That is stripping trading down to its chrome. This is New York session because the volume is larger, and then like they might be directly targeting liquidity zones faster. I'm not talking about Asia. I'm talking about New York. So that's what I'm specifically talking about. So with that being said, I hope everyone understands what I mean when I say I don't give a shit if they go up or down. Because in the meantime, if they're just doing this, then I just won't take a trade. They start getting my attention whenever they start doing shit like this. Whenever they start doing things like this here, hold on real quick. Whenever they start doing things like this, creating imbalances like that, and then creating imbalances like this where I can manage my risk off of, then they start getting my attention, if that makes sense. All right, hold on. Then they start getting my attention. Hold on real quick. Let me delete this. Hold on.
We are about to open.
Okay, yeah. So guys, look, we're about to open. I'm going to turn off bar replay, and I'm going to do a current market analysis right now, and then I'm gonna let the trippers go live. So with that being said, we are now fast forwarding to today. So I'm going to try and get this done over the next 2 or 3 minutes. So please bear with me. Listen, as it stands right now, I already have all of my 15 and my. So let me. Yeah. So I already have my
Good gap
15.
down.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What-
I already
get a
have my
nice gap
15-minute
down.
bissies and my 15-minute sibbies labeled out here. So as you can see, guys, what happened yesterday was we dumped and this market bounced the entire day between this 15-minute sibby and this 15-minute bissy. That was it. That right there was the entire range of the day. Now, these are 15-minute candles here that you're looking at. If I zoom out to a 1-minute time frame, this is what I'm going to be looking for as far as potential liquidity zones. So I know this. I know that this level right here is where they can potentially come in order to target liquidity to the downside. That's about a 0.7% move. And I also know that this right here is going to be this right here is an outlier. Now that's a full-blown percent pump. But however, this right here is the next spot to where they can come to target liquidity at. And I can start to structure trades in between there. All right? I promise you it is literally just that simple. Now, I have a small internal right here to where if they sweep this, then we can start to find support here in this 15-minute bissy. So I might have that labeled there. So one of these 3 zones is what they're going to target during New York session. Now, I'm not talking about Asia, but he's getting ready to take over as far as Asia. So for me, primarily, this is what I'm looking for. And I am looking for setups and PD arrays in order to align myself with the market while or after they have targeted those levels of liquidity. So like if they sweep this and if they bounce this or something like that, and then I get a 1-minute bissy with confirmation, I will long that and then I will manage my risk off of that. If they decide to shoot this market up here in a straight line and then take out this liquidity, well then guess what? I'll be looking for a reversal. But I'm not going to buy the tippity top over here whenever they do that, if that makes sense. So this market right now is getting ready to open up in 1 minute here. So anything can happen here within the next 60 seconds. But I'm getting ready to let the trippers take over so that he can primarily outline what he's looking for during the Asia session. And so if you want to trade Asia session, then I suggest everyone follow him specifically as well. But, you can do both. So
We are
I'm going to let him
live
take
right
over.
now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said we are live right now. I just went live on TikTok a second ago, so we're live on there, and we're in here. You guys can see my screen.
Okay.
But if you're not in the TikTok, jump in there, tap screen. It helps the viewership either way.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect.
I'm not really looking for anything. I want to let it tell me what I'm gonna do. Exactly how he said. He's got those lines marked out. You guys see my chart. Looks a little different than his, but a lot of the same shit. If you pay attention to where those boxes are, where my lines are, that's what you're getting. So we want to let it tell us what it's gonna do.
The market just opened. So
and if we go down right now or up strict, we're gonna have a volume imbalance at open price. So open price is now your imbalance. Whichever side we get our strict direction. I think we're gonna get that move back down. So yeah, it's invalidated if we get a move down. Otherwise, we want to look for that top area again. That same little reject right there. We're not entering a trade early just because it's right. But
688 I have from Friday.
let me
yeah,
rejected
689.50. I didn't even touch that one. Just the top of this candle over here.
Let me watch your stream. Okay, great. I'm looking at your stream right now from Discord.
Perfect.
Okay. So everyone that's inside Discord or that's watching from TikTok,
And
can
here,
you guys please start to ask questions in regards to anything that I said or yeah, so well, first off, anything that I said, and then I am going to ask the trippers a question in regards to what his specific setup is and what he starts to look for as far as just the core basics. All right. Now guys, look, like he's not gonna be able to walk you through 100% everything that he knows within a single live stream session. All right. But however,
It's
if
looking
anyone has any
dumpy.
questions,
it's
please
looking
guys,
dumpy as sure.
you said what?
It's looking dumpy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, well, does anyone have any questions from Discord? First off, before I do that, does anyone have any questions from Discord? Who has any questions from Discord?
See if
Let's
it
see.
holds that 688.
Yeah, I
Everyone
think
mute yourself.
that's
You have a
what we're
question.
paying
Please
attention
post in
to.
the chat. Oh yeah, because yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys, guys, please type your question inside the
You
chat.
could hit that 708. This might be that move to that 22,798 I've been talking about.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't think we get it this early though. I think we
Not
retest,
yet
and
though.
then my
Yeah.
short happens right there. So this is Asia, guys. To break down exactly what he told you about the part that people get scared in. We've been now 2 minutes in, and we haven't really moved from open price. We've gotten a directioning, right? But usually, this hold gets sent to the upside. We want to
Really
watch.
like 708. 708
Yeah,
is a very important spot too.
these last 30 seconds of this candle, this is how it's written, guys. The issue with New York is that halfway through your candle, you'll sometimes get that move, right? On Asia, they'll give you that last 2 seconds of that fucking candle to give you directioning, especially when we're in a key area right now. So we're testing this low here, and I think that getting bought up so much right there with this order block in place, and we're in liquidity. This is liquidity, guys. This is exactly what he drew for you, so you know where you're at. Now let's see how that RSI aligns with it. We're curling up. RSI's pushing up. We're not entering the long because look how much this RSI is moving. Look at that strength index. This is on a usually low volume. What we're going to do is we're going to hope for that push up, but this is when RSI could fail you, right? We're not going to take a long here. We're not going to take the long. We are looking for the 680s, 708 range, but we need to break these key areas before going long. We want to see the market structure break on our side if we were to take that little scalp, but that's what it is, a scalp. If we are set up to go long, it's going to break that 708 range, and that'll give us a lot of room to the upside. If it doesn't, it gives us more room to the downside. So that's on a risk to reward basis. That's why I'm sitting on my hands right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, guys. Oh, great, great explanation from him. So for the people that's watching from my live, so I feel so much better because I just figured out how to share the live stream from what he's looking at
There we go.
directly to TikTok. So you guys can see
Perfect.
what he's looking at, and you guys can see his chart if you're still on my live stream, or you can tune into his as well. Either one.
Guys,
So
we're looking
continue,
to
Aaron.
hold that same level he
The trippers.
drew.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You can call me Aaron, call me the Trippers, whatever.
Yeah. It's just
but
that mostly everyone knows you by the trippers, so I just don't want to keep
yeah,
saying your real
yeah,
name.
no,
So
that's fine.
sorry.
And what we're seeing is that we couldn't break this yet. That short was almost permanent right here for everybody that just entered, and what you're gonna get is the Asia session to a fucking T. So do I think this market moves up? I think it's gonna move straight back to these levels here, and we're gonna see a little sideways trading.
We got to take some liquidity from some of the sellers on Friday.
Exactly. So you're paying attention to closing prices. You're paying attention to open prices, key levels, highs, lows, yesterday's last trading day's open price, close price, high a day, low a day. These are all key levels, and if you mark these, you don't need to know what's going on. Like you said, I don't give a fuck what happens today in the market. I'm just making sure I'm on the right side of it. That's really your risk to reward right there.
Exactly.
I haven't entered a trade. I have every bit of the reasons why to. I got 50,000 reasons why right here. But we don't have our setup. We don't have our A plus. We don't have our confluence. I might
Break
take a B plus
650.
trade. I'm not taking a too many trade, guys. I'm taking a 5-lot micro on an MNQ. So we're taking a small trade. We can let this move to get to our right size, and if we dump here, this is that sweep for a little bit of move. There you go.
So
Every bit of
Closes
that
under
fucking
650,
got.
we might start chopping.
Yeah, we already chopping. That's what it is. It's gonna give us that direction straight back up to here if it does. And if we catch 670 open and reject it, we're gonna go down.
Yeah.
That'll
So
give me a B plus.
yeah. So guys, listen, look. So if you so to
Reject
What's up,
right
Toxic?
on 688.
for me to primarily add to some of the
Exactly.
things because
Oh, shit, I'm
that
on
might be
12.
confusing to some people. So one of the things he's saying is some people might not know the difference between minis and micros. One micro, 10 micros is equal, 10 micros is equal to one mini. So with that being said, during New York session, I trade minis. During the Asia session, he scales down and he trades micros because he has to give the time, because he has to give the trade time in order to play out. Me personally, that just doesn't suit my personal personality. So you have to know yourself. So you have to know yourself and you have to be able to give the trade time to play out and you have to manage your risk accordingly. If you don't know how to manage your risk, no session will be able to work. So if you're failing during New York session, if you think that you're just going to go over to Asia and just become a multi-billionaire, that's not going to be the case. You have to learn how to manage your risk accordingly and you have to adapt to what, to each session, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah. The second we get more volatility in Asia, half of my trading strategy for Asia goes out the window. So the days where you get your big crazy moves, those aren't even the ones I want to trade. I know these setups. I know what they're gonna give me on these certain moves. And if I had positioned correctly and had maybe one more reason other than just the RSI here and that order block, that was your long scalp right there. But it's too close to a key level for the downside for me to take that upside risk. Y'all see what I'm saying? For me to get 20 points out of something again, that's I'm taking all this doesn't exist right now until this happens.
Exactly.
Until this happens.
There's nothing
Until
here.
this fucking happens, right? So we're gonna play a 30-point range, or we're gonna sit on our fucking hands and we're gonna not be liquidity. We're gonna be the reason why. That's it. You just have to realize that like you might sit for an hour and a half, 2 hours to find your 15-minute trade, and that just is what it is. You're gonna get your warning signs of when something's gonna happen, and that's when you fucking take everything you learned and you put it to work. You don't put everything to work on the hopes that it happens in this period you're in. Oh, he's already in, or this or that. Like your reasoning, you're looking at your fucking account. If I'm already in a trade and I still say it's got 100 points, you're gonna find your level of where and how much drawdown you have. And if you're taking the same thing as I am, chances are you can kind of get in wherever I'm at. 5 micros, I call out my levels pretty heavily. I'm like fucking Trader Hogs calls me, what was it? NBC. Shit. I'm out here talking you through it. So if you need a level, I'm gonna say, I'll tell you why my position's not working out. If it's not working out, I'll give you a whole 30-point scalp waiting on my trade. Like you gotta pay attention to what it is and don't just be right to be right. Be right so that you can be right again next time.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So guys,
And I do use deviations. The deviations are made out of bands here. That's what you're looking at. So this is a 1 hour time band overlapping 1 minute band right now. So keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, listen, another reason why I like trading in New York, for me personally, so I'm going to let you know what I personally do is I use Asia session and then I use London session in order for me to gain further clarity and in order for me to gain a deeper understanding, if that makes sense. So times like this right now, and I wanted to make this point, is a perfect time on as to why I personally might want to wait for New York. Why? Because this market dumped damn near down here on Friday in a straight line. There are no liquidity zones. No liquidity zones to the upside for another full-blown % up. That is completely ridiculous to me. So with that being said, for me personally, what I am going to do is I am going to wait for Asia and London to generate some liquidity zones like up in here like this, so that I can then start to understand where they might go to try and fill some orders, if that makes sense. So right now, even me right now, the only thing that I see right now as far as potential targets within reason are to the downside. So now Aaron can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I would primarily be looking for if I was trading Asia, but again, don't really take my my word is not necessarily bond whenever it comes to the Asia session because
Nobody's is.
because him and Trader
It's
Hollis
a
have it more
SMT
on
to
lock
the
than me.
upside. SMT on a 1 minute time frame to the upside. If you're paying attention to my chart, you see it on the
Hold on,
RSI here.
Let me see.
Cross
Let me
on the
let me turn your
trend.
chart on. Let me see. Yeah, zoom
And
in.
we
Zoom
also
in real quick.
have liquidity. And
I
if we
can see
hold
the
this,
up.
what you'll see on ICT is a straight line. It'll be blue right here once we hold it.
Okay.
But we're not going to see that straight line because this is going to fill later.
Okay.
This is gonna hit later. Sell side liquidity is good for the sell side on the ICT concepts indicator, how they use it, right? So if you're looking at my screen and you see these blue blocks, they're
So the
good for the
liquidity
downside.
targets
It's a
during
straight
Asia are
line.
far smaller,
Good.
is what
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying, in layman's terms, for
Yeah,
everyone that's
yeah.
listening.
And this OB was your reasoning to stay in the position if you're on the upside for any reasoning, right? This OB being held, this is good price, right? But when it comes back down and touches it again, we're not going to hold it.
Mm.
Now you wait for the play. This is why you don't chop yourself into fucking, because you entered short right here. Fantastic. We're back at open price. What are you doing now?
Mm.
Did you exit on $10? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like this is where you have to be able to know. You could
Right.
usually get a nice break of structure reject, but if we take the upside here, that's when I would expect us to go a lot further down than this break of structure. Break
Right.
of structure retest right here. We probably find some sort of set right here on 630 if we were to fall.
Right.
Yeah, under 66, 653. We
Yeah.
had 10 seconds and it's holding. Buyers just stepped in at
Yeah, buyers are
654.
in. That's where you see that SMT play out to the good. So this is a good trend now. So you wanted to wait till we make break a structure, and we want to cross that bearish break of structure. Now you've got your bullish fair value gap setting up on the ones. It's going to invalidate it most likely to kind of give you some sort of confusion. But if it doesn't, that's your reasoning for upside scalp right there. But if you're looking at that, I'm talking scalp, like 10 points scalp. You're not taking this to 708. We don't want to play it that way.
You might
No,
get
I'm
a
saying
crazy shot.
if you're taking the long, you don't want to play it that way because that's going to be a sweep candle. That's going to be a candle where you already have to have your sells set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And guys, listen. And he's talking about that you don't want to play it up to the 708, and 708 is 0.2% away. They can do a 0.2% or like 150 tick candle during New York
1 minute.
in 1 minute.
They can do it in Asia too, and they will at the worst fucking timing. When you think you've got it all figured out.
Yeah.
They'll give you that shitty candle. Especially, you've got to focus. Not focus. You've got to take into account that you have other countries having like CPI and shit like that. Other folders are happening during your session than usual.
Right.
The GDP, the market caps on certain countries, like as far as that goes, it's like a dollar basis, right? You're not going to see the same moves, but you are going to see moves because there's less volume in the market. So obviously, a lesser dollar amount is going to play a bigger effect.
Right. Yeah.
We
So
inverted a bullish gap on the 2 minutes. It's respecting it so far. Abel, if you're taking longs, be careful. I'm just saying that simply because you don't have your directioning yet. And right now, on a longer time frame, directioning is set to the short side. So draw your stops and I called the 1 minute invert, or I called the 1 minute divergence at 609. So
I don't want these buys. Like these buys is dicey as fuck.
yeah, good.
If you
Abel's
buying,
looking for
you better
shorts.
take your money.
Yeah, man. If
see,
you're on
me
the long
personally-
side, I just have to ask you why. Number one,
Right? Why?
Yeah,
we
so,
got our first negative jobs report since COVID.
Yeah.
That should let you know a lot.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. I talked about it on live on Friday. Yeah, man. The numbers came in at like 70,000. Man, that was crazy. That was
yeah.
wild.
And
Yeah,
now
the
we see
June
where
revised to
distribution
negative
really ends.
15.
Yeah, that was wild. Whoa, really?
Yeah, it's negative. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's the first negative report we got since COVID.
I think the biggest issue is that a lot of people in this economy and it is financial literacy is that they can't understand what these things mean.
Yeah, it
And
means
a
a
lot of
lot.
that's propped up off of that. That's when you get retail and see that You see that?
And
That
this
was
is
the
retail
perfect setup
buying this
long.
right now.
We
This is
never
retail buying
left
this.
this. Guys,
We never left
650 to
what? Hold on, hold on.
674.
Let me pull up
We
your screen. Let
never
me pull up your
dropped
screen.
that order block.
We never did what? Show it again.
We never got rid of this order block, guys. That was your reasoning on 25 points worth of a long right there that I told you was good, but we're not in it for that money. We're in it for the 25
A big
points,
move.
trail stop, 25 points, trail stop, 25 points, trail stop until you're down at the fucking bottom, wherever that might be. But guys, it's slow. It's slow. I can't keep a position open
It's very.
throughout all of New York because I'm just not going to. I'd rather open it, close it at. I'll set an alarm for y'all. See me on this shit. I pop in at like 4 a.m. sometimes. Pop out a trade at like for 15 minutes and I'm out.
Right.
I have the shittiest sleep schedule in the world, but a lot of what I do is
Dude,
based
come
around
on.
just sitting and looking at this because you have to
Oh,
know we're in this, guys. Why are you fucking opening shit in this? 640 to 700. Why are you opening anything in this right now? This has given you no reasoning as to why. It tells you that the upside's coming, but how much of it? Because this candle told you the downside was in play, right? So you have to make sure you're zooming out. Don't get caught up reading this shit, right? Because you're like, oh fuck yeah, we got some room. We're going. This is set up. We're getting some structure here. We've got support. Yeah, it's long. That's why you're fucking retail. You'll always be on the bench if you're playing that way.
Don't become liquidity.
That's it. That's it. And that takes us back to why NQ says to open any fucking trade, it's liquidity. Why do we mark levels? It's buyers, it's sellers, it's people there. They're not moving the market. They're giving you reasoning and direction for the short term, though.
Exactly. They're only trying to fill orders, man. That's it.
Yeah, they setting it up. They setting
Hey,
it
I'm gonna
up
give
right
y'all 2
now.
seconds, guys. Hey, listen, this is for the little cornball in the chat right now. I gotta pay it attention because it's good for the engagement. Stay popping off right now. MSN, if you don't get your goofy old ass out of here with that big ass forehead, how you
What you doing
35
live?
in my live sitting on here telling me every single time and still one of my highest watching people. Bro, I could pull up the stats right now. You are highest engaging on every single one of my videos, bro. You ain't getting paid for this. I promise. Your mama don't love you no more. She didn't when you started. So go home,
Nigga.
eat something nice, think about me, whatever you got to do, bro. But this ain't it. All right. You're muted for the entire live, but that big ass forehead to give you a lot of time to think about what you did wrong. So go ahead, sit in timeout, and while you're watching, hope you learn something.
Dude said chill, no old bashing. We old too,
Hey,
motherfucker.
no. I said same shit. I got gray hairs getting ripped out by my fucking microphone right now. Y'all see that shit? And I painted my fingernails and just flamed his ugly ass. It's because he's just different. That's it. He's just a shitty person. There's just different types of people, right? My dad's old. I ain't finna go fucking bash him for being old. This guy's just old, dumb, and fucking just him. That's him. Look at his fucking profile picture. I don't gotta say no other shit.
Give me that 708. Come on,
Somebody was
bitch.
tripping, bro.
That's it. You ain't fucking with me. I
What'd
tell
he
you what.
say?
That's one thing you won't do.
Can't see. What'd he say?
He just be in here talking shit. I already mute him all the
MSN?
time.
Oh,
You cannot handle NY sesh. Learn from me, king of the market. I am.
I see him.
Bro, what are you? You definitely not.
It's crazy, bro. That's
Buddy got that mouse pad with all the fucking the chart patterns on it.
Took
Oh, he
104
was
trades
shit.
to make 4K.
That's it. He does, bro. He wants some, Cam. I'm telling you, bro. Buddy pop out here. He's crazy, bro. It's insane. Nah, they call me Unc on my lives. That. See, I feel it, bro. They start calling me Unc now, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I can't even say anything.
Bro,
I can't say shit.
Bro, they're calling
I'm
me
the
Unc.
I'm the freshest uncle you ever seen in
Hey,
your life.
NQ be mad as hell when they call him that nigga be going crazy.
I'm like, dude.
That's all right, bro. Call me
I'm
Unc.
29 years old.
Call me Unc. It is what it is, bro.
What's the
I'm
other
the
guy's
fun
live
uncle.
or Discord? His name is The Trippers. The Trippers. TH.
That's it. We just out here matching energies, waiting on our trade.
The Trippers. I just put it in.
If we hit that 708, I'm gonna take
I
this 705 sell limit.
He trades during Asia. I trade live during during New York. So I trade live 9:30 to 4. He usually hops on like right around. I probably wouldn't say exactly at 6 o'clock, market him, but I probably say like right around 6:30 to about for about like an hour and a half to about 2.5 hours on average.
Hey, we
All
get
right.
above 696, it's gonna be a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, I
So
know. I'm giving
so
myself
I
room
suggest you
though. I
guys
want to give myself a wick
follow
up
him
to
for Asia.
7:30, maybe.
It's called The Trippers.
Yeah,
THA.
708 is a huge,
I'm giving myself 30.
huge
All
spot.
right, guys. I'm giving myself 30 points on this trade. All right. Why?
Hold on, let me
Because
see
I
what
want
he's
to give
looking at.
myself a little bit of room. I'm gonna have a
I'm going to show his
707
screen.
sell order. And I'm not got. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have done that.
Hey, Trip, wait for the
So you guys can
reject.
look at his
Don't set
screen.
no limit.
No, no, no,
Wait
no,
for the
no. It's a
reject.
5 lot. It's a 5 lot. It's a 5 lot.
Oh, okay.
Always a 5 lot.
You guys
That's
can
why
see
we
him
can do
trading
this,
live right now.
guys.
Reject.
Guys, we are gonna take what we can. I mean, dude, the RSI is giving me all the reasons. The only reason I'm even putting this shit on my fucking screen right now. But we'll take 737 as a stop, but we'll probably get out before then if we do, and we'll take that
Yeah,
limit on a
well,
5 lot
688
micro.
is resistance right now.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick.
Even if we are so early that it hurts, I'm willing to lose 100, 200 bucks to position myself for that move down. If I don't get the move down, we still have an account tomorrow. That's it, guys. Sorry, I wasn't even reading. You guys funny. I embraced it. Yeah, not for real, bro. You gotta embrace that shit. Volume coming in, shit was slow now. It's getting some action. This ain't no action, brother. If you pay attention to it, we still at open price, bro. We are fucking $6 from open price. This ain't no move. You just finally got the direction. Is the food here?
Yeah, if you don't slow down at 708,
Can
we
you
go
let
to
them know whatever trade you're
799.
in, the Trippers? Are you long or are you short? Because most people won't understand what you're talking. So like, you literally
All
have to
right.
say, I
So
am
I
long and I'm
know we're
short.
going up, but I don't see enough reward in that risk. All right. My risk to reward setup allows me a short position that pays more than the long position does here. Yes, I think it's going to move up here. This even gives me more of a reason why. If we give a straight position and up here, we have a volume imbalance and we'll look to retarget it. So bare minimum, if we move up from this candle here and push in 44 seconds, we have a target for the downside once we hit this next key level, which is a big order, lots of orders, 708. So let's see what happens there, and that'll keep it in play. But I'm playing this off of a shorter time span than almost anyone would. You could take this long. I gave you every reason to take the long here. And if you had, you're up 25 points. But like that's a good 25 point setup on New
This
York.
shit is
It's
going
not
to
for
dump,
sure
bro.
happening on Asia all the time. We want to make we want to make time and make room for the for sure this is happening. I could have played this. Had it gone the opposite direction, I now risked some of what I was willing to move in my position, right? How I play the same way every time because I'm going to position myself on the right side of the trade. That might take me 2-3 trades to hit. Okay. So if I do that, then I've allowed myself to make $2,000 off of losing 200 and not leveraging $2,000 to make $2,000. That's when you can't fucking make your account work. You just spent your whole fucking drawdown, and now you're just revenge trading yourself to get back to zero, bro. Like, don't fucking do it to yourself. Don't do it. Who trading to you?
DMCJ says, made $100 and closed my account. I was being scared. Market open. Guys, listen. If you're just sitting here
$100.
gambling, and if you're just entering in and out of positions with no rhyme or reason, you don't need to be trading. You need to be guys. You need to be on a paper practice trading account.
Bro, go take that $100 and learn some shit.
Learn
Go
something.
ahead, go ahead, go to that link, get that indicator, set your charts up so you know what the fuck we're looking at. Go ahead and subscribe to a couple months of my dog. And my shit's free, guys. As long as y'all here, and we got people like the MSN who's still watching, by the way, and muted. As long as we got them, bro, shit, y'all just tap the screen a couple times.
Yeah.
TikTok will pay me before too long.
Absolutely. So well, yeah, guys. I mean, yeah, man. Look, if you don't know what you're doing, guys, do not put your real money into this market. Paper trades. Sit here, watch, and learn.
Here we go. We got
and
action.
understand. Well, look
That's
at that
a candle. See,
We got
that's
action.
just set up on a fucking Asian market. That doesn't happen all the time. Those are short lived. That almost tells you this direction's prop.
So the
That
trippers,
ain't
I
no
got a
low.
question. So the trippers, I got a question. So you seeing this? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that this is very open.
Because
It's
I
already
don't know
oversold
much
on the
about
ones.
Asia, so I'm looking at this right
So
now my damn self.
we're looking at a 1 minute time frame. We did get the SMT. The SMT brought us here, and we're already oversold on the ones. If you switch that to the threes, bare minimum, right? You're almost oversold. So you want to
See if
start
they
at
break
threes. You want to go oversold. So we get a little bit of move, 708, and then we're oversold on the threes. We'll probably tap the exact same level on the ones. This is the thing about the
Get
ones.
rejected.
Now your RSI has a trend. You're going to go bare minimum, just a little bit oversold. So I might have got the wrong positioning. Maybe 724 is in play. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave it because we have enough that the risk to reward still allows us on the ones to dump there. We have slow like no volatility. This is our volatility here. That's going to get me to my entry so we can slow burn down if we have to.
Okay.
It's where they trying to liquidate people right now.
This is it.
696.
This just said,
696. We looking
fuck those
for it.
shorts. I'm long. And watch what it does to you. This is why you can't trade it. You tell me when it's here. I'll go get it, okay?
These candles.
I got to go
man,
get my sushi from the door in a
Okay.
second.
Man,
696.
hold on. Let
We
me.
pre-
Yeah,
we
but
prepaid
blast
ourselves
it.
to trade.
Blast it.
Zoom out on Discord.
There we go. That's what we needed.
That's
These
it right
candles,
there. All right.
these candles look crazy during Asia, but in reality, from top to bottom, we've only moved 0.17%, like 0.15%, 0.15%.
I think I muted myself on the Discord. Hold on.
It's kind of crazy.
Check.
No,
No,
you're
no. I'm
good.
live in the
You're
Discord.
good.
You
You're
should
good,
be able to
man.
hear me. All right, cool.
You're straight.
708.
All
Watch
right,
that
all right.
708.
All right, here, guys. So we're looking and we're approaching. We're about 20 points from it, and I think we still get it. But you see how much pullback we've gotten off this? It's because we have no volume for this upside, no reasoning to it. So it's going to get bought down, but they're going to see how fucking stupid they can be to get it as high as they can. That's what I'm expecting here. We break a
Okay.
couple of these
Let's see
levels, and then it's just
liquidity.
propped up.
So I
Then
got
we
a
look for
question.
Go ahead.
So I have a question because I'm a student of the game during the Asia session because I know that it moves completely differently. So my question to you is this: considering, let me double check before I answer this question. 69625. 69. Okay, so considering that they had just swept this little internal liquidity right over here, the trippers, what are you thinking in regards to trades? Are you looking at something to form to where because for example,
So
like, let's just say that this
go
right
ahead,
here
go
was
ahead.
liquidity level during New York. For me, if they swept this and if they gave me a bearish imbalance here, I could maybe structure something like this and I could short it down here in order to start targeting lower levels of liquidity. And I don't have to look at anything else. My question was this: considering that they had just taken that out and considering your experience during Asia, what are you thinking considering that they had just taken out this internal over here at 696? What are you primarily thinking? And let me pull up your screen while you're
All right.
you're
So
They want more
primarily,
liquidity.
we're gonna get ticked in, but I think right here we're gonna get ticked in. It's gonna trade us probably down a little bit and back up into this gap. It's gonna give us a lot of the same fucking structure, I think, and that's what I believe. But we could be early. This is an early touch to where we don't ever touch this gap other than this one time, right? So I like playing gaps that have only been touched one time. So this is a fair value gap, and we've got its down tick off of it, right? If this doesn't get touched, fucking solid for really big room down.
89.
And now I'm
689 is not
in,
support.
and I only risked like 5 micros. So this is giving me the setup to either lose this 295 and reposition somewhere in this gap, or wait for the setup for this level here, which would be the 848 range, because that's what I think would be in play. As the day goes on, this band's going to tighten on the 1 hour, but you're looking to not retest those highs. And if we break the fair value gap, that's where I would want to go. So it's the same exact setup as the New York session. You just have to play it like it's a fucking like it's a 4 hour almost. You just got to like dumb it down, be a little bit more patient, let your candle move around a little bit. And that's why you can't over position. But I'm gonna go grab this sushi. I'll be right back.
wow. Well,
Damn, they trying to 708.
yeah,
We're in, guys. So either I come back to fucking
Just
less sushi tomorrow, or who knows.
No, I
Wow.
personally think we're in for a really good short
So,
over the Asia.
Traderholics, I got a question for you. Traderholics, can you hear me? I think.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, man. So you know more about the Asia session than I do. So I'm going to ask a question because I know that a lot of people might be asking this question as well. So he's in this trade right now. So my question that I always ask all of my students before they enter into any trade is, how are you going to manage your risk? I know how I would manage my
Right.
risk during, for example, during the New York session, which means that I might try and manage my risk here. Let me pull up my screen. Okay, so I might try and maybe manage my risk to maybe this SIBI here. Or I might wait for them to sweep this liquidity level right here, shoot this up into here, and then form and then get something bearish to come down so that I can manage my risk on a pullback into a SIBI so that I could target lower levels of liquidity. So my question to you is this: because Asia is completely different, and as you see, this is what I'm talking about. This Asia market is shooting up in a straight line without giving a pullback or a retest into any of these bullish imbalances, any of them, in order for you to continue to trend upwards. And then also, like, let's just say that they dump this and they create a bearish imbalance, then the distance between these two like really isn't that much to the point to where like you might only be able to capitalize off of maybe like a few ticks at that. So my question to you is this: you know Aaron more, you know the trippers better than I do.
How did I just leave?
How is he going to manage his risk off of something like this? That right there is the part that's
He
confusing me.
manages his a lot different than I do. Like
So
I wait for the levels that I have to reject. He likes to
I man,
calculate his risk and say,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and then jump in
and the trippers,
and
I'm not
I'm
sure
he'll
if you
take
entering.
his
caught that
risk.
question or not. Did you catch my question or no?
I didn't.
Okay, great. So, okay, great. So, what I said was this.
He's
What I said
708.
was,
It's kind of blasted.
as you can see, this market's shooting up right now. And so, what I'm saying is the question that I ask all of my students to grade every single trade, because this is
Hey,
the
be careful, Trip.
because
Be
this is the biggest point.
careful.
The
Yeah,
biggest
it's
point
got
is
it.
this: is
724. I'm honestly gonna move it. Right under the gap. I
let me
mean
see.
over the gap, right above it. I don't want to touch it at all.
So my
But
question
anyway,
is
go ahead.
this:
Getting a
yeah,
candle, a 1 minute candle closer above is not good.
my question is Aaron, how are you,
Yeah, I would get out.
the trippers, how are you managing your risk specifically? Because I ask all of my students that, I say, how are you going to manage your risk? So my question is, because I don't know shit about the Asia session. And so what I'm saying is
Guys,
what
we're out of
I
that
would
trade.
normally
Heads
be
up.
looking for was I would be looking for a sweep of liquidity and then a bearish imbalance to form so that I can start targeting lower levels of liquidity, or I would wait for them to maybe tease it, and then I could align myself on a pullback into one of these bullish imbalances. But hold on, let me finish this. But because Asia is completely different, as you can see, Asia is shooting up in a straight line without even retesting any of these bullish imbalances that's being formed. And it's shooting up in a straight line directly through a 15-minute SIBI, which is completely insane.
Hey y'all, if 798 rejects, we
How do you
holding
manage
this
your
shit
risk off of something like
all
this?
fucking night long.
So I managed my risk just like I did, right? So we lost $40 on that trade, 37.50. So it's because I'm taking such a small position size that I can go in off of a structure where we're so overbought on the ones, and we hit a key level where there's a lot of orders to be filled. Also got a basis point, so that's half your standard deviation on a 1 hour that we're hitting right now. If we were to break it, that's your reasoning on the upside, but it's also a fair value gap.
Gotcha.
So we got in on the early side of a trade because in Asia it gives you your move sometimes before hitting that key level so that
Right.
it can target it later. That's why you
Oh,
have to be able to
Right. For
go
New
in on a
York.
small
Yep.
position size like I have, because I was willing to
Yep.
lose that $40 to reposition later.
Yep.
Now I exited early
oh,
based off of what trade says. That's my voice of reason, right? So if
oh,
he has another idea, it doesn't always have to be him. If he's not here, I'm going to have that reasoning. I'm going to hit that L. But on his idea here,
we don't have another level between here and there. All my other level is 724. If that rejects, fantastic. I can retest and try to get in under this fair value gap. I still got in, somewhat similar to my position already, right? It's
Oh.
just waiting on these levels to hit the correct positioning. Yeah, there might be room up. If I have 5 micros, it doesn't matter. I have a fucking $2,000 drawdown on a daily limit, and I can risk $100 to position myself on the right side. And then now that I'm in profit, I didn't risk anything. I risked my 5 to get on the right side, and I may add at an A+ setup on the ones, or add on
You always wanna look for your setups at the right time. It has to be the right time of day. If your setup happens at the right time of day, that's how you know you're on the right track.
That's it. And it's just one of your many reasons, right? So in Asia, you might only need 2 reasons on a New York market, because it's going to give you that fucking immediate move. But for me, I need 3 or 4 reasons before I'm going to enter that trade, especially number 1, full position size. If you see me enter a 10 lot, enter that motherfucking trade. Okay? Like I'm just being real. Like if I'm 100% about something, and that's like 100% of my brain, and 100% of me is never going to be always right. So 100% to me is not correct 100% of the time. It's just, that's my reasoning. I have to fully believe in my trade, fully believe in that discipline, or else what do I have? Right. So if I'm not 100% me, then I need to rethink everything. You're not in your strategy. You're taking somebody's signals, whatever it is. I know that 100% of the time it's my fault. So I'm 100% going to be right. It just might not have been the right time. Right. So now I have to back test and learn why.
Gotcha.
This would give you your idea that we're going down, but it didn't hit that 724 yet. I really want to see that. So I think this is just
You hit no key levels yet.
settle for leg up. This needs moves. Now is when you focus on RSI, right? This
Holy
is going to
shit,
teach
look at
you.
that
If you're already
RSI.
on the long side, go ahead.
I said, holy shit, look at that RSI.
Exactly. Now, if you're already on the long side, this just told you to get out, but you already got, your 50 fucking points. So what else were you looking for? That's your move to move. Oversold to overbought. Simple as it fucking gets.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because if you're trying to primarily trade that RSI during New York session, they will literally shoot that shit up another 0.5% on your fucking face before they and blow your account.
And that's why you have to pay attention to it when you have a slow volatility. There's almost no volatility. The volatility is what we just got. So next positioning will be volatile. It's just going to be, all right, we're going to get on the right side of it this time.
So what you're saying is that's why during Asia you have to severely reduce your size because it'll just go
longer move to hold.
because it'll just go up and down directly in a straight line. And so you have to be on the right side of the move, because you won't have the opportunity to enter on retest with multiple levels of confirmation during Asia. Is that correct or is that wrong?
Yes, exactly. And your stop loss might
That's right, because they want to sweep those levels.
Your stop loss is going to be the where you should have added. That's what it's really going to come down to.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So, like, if you're looking at my screen, for me in particular, because New York is a little bit different.
And you see that bounce right there, right? You see the fake, the little fake one right there.
Crazy how they're doing this shit.
What the fuck? I'm gonna kill my phone.
They're not gonna do this, bro. They're not gonna do this during New York. During New York, they're gonna sweep this level like this, and then they're gonna come back down to maybe this 1 and this 5 minute BISI here, so that I can take a playoff for this, so that I can take it to then target higher levels of liquidity.
And this is why I say I'm sitting for a couple hours, and I find my 15-minute setup, and then I put my stops on and trail the stops, and then I don't go to sleep, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to stare at that fucking trade if it's open. Right. But that's when you could, right? But I trail my stops so tight to where, yeah, it's gonna keep going.
Wow. Okay,
it's gonna keep going.
Wow. Yeah. So you have to drastically reduce your size.
799,
and you have to have
for
tighter stops.
799 market.
799.
799. That'll be the dump to hell. That's the dump to hell.
Interesting. So my next question to you is
that rejects, you hold till Tuesday.
So my question to you, Aaron. So my question to you, the trippers, is this. So considering that you just got stopped out and you only risked 35 or $40 or so at the most, are you looking in order to enter contrary to this current move right now, or are you looking for a lower time frame retest, like how I would be looking for? Or are you looking for them to target the previous day's midnight? What are you looking for?
So a break into this trading range gives me all of this in my eyes. Okay. So a break past that 724 that I have marked, past this wick, gives me this entire other trading area. That'll also invalidate the fair value gap if we close over 747.
Okay.
So invalidating the gap gives me 510 to fucking 900, right? But we have areas of like we're not breaking that high. Now we pair that with fundamentals. Now you want to go back to where previous break was,
Look at
right?
that candle.
So you see your previous break. This level right here couldn't break, but when it did, that's when we fucking got it. Okay. So now we're gonna target the top of that move. That's
I
your
better load
799.
up. I better load up. I better load up.
That's the top of your move right there. So now, if we're looking for anything, we want to find when this RSI now. Okay, so now you just have to back test to what's already happened. This dotted line is what's happened today. Now back test your RSI. You don't want to play the dump. What you want to see is trading sideways and watching your RSI cool off. Your RSI cools off, then you get another SMT, because what you're going to see is right now we're in SMTs to the downside. That's just going to trade it sideways. If bare minimum, I think we get the market structure shift, which would be 687. So if we short that right there,
that's why it's pausing.
it's gonna push. But either way, it's because this is set up on the ones. This is why it's pausing. These are key levels of interest, guys. This doesn't just happen to happen. You see the fucking pause in the market. We're not moving. We're moving quarters right now.
Right.
We have to break this level in order to see a new high, and they're not going to give it to you until we have enough strength to do it. It's not because they can't. It's because there's not enough money there.
Wow. Interesting.
There's no banks in this move. This is all fucking retail trying to buy this shit up.
Agreed.
This is retail, dude.
Well,
this is it.
Man.
The banks have their orders in already. They're just trying to take out retail right now. They have their orders from Friday in already. Those are already in. Our job is to find where the fuck those orders are sitting.
And then you find your key level.
799. I'm telling you, if that bitch reject up there.
Now,
boy,
there's got to be.
I might put 6 on that bitch tonight.
See that? I mean, guys, when I say there's money to be made in the Discord and it's already being made, this is one of the people I'm talking about. It was crazy. I mean, for a hot minute, I called Trade my voice the reason. I didn't even know what his voice sounded like, bro. Like we really found a community of people that are like-minded, that know what they're talking about. And if you guys don't think that's a tool, then you're crazy. Because this is big to have a group of guys sitting in a Discord right now, and you get to understand what's happening inside of their head. That's how I see this kind of shit. And that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, these levels are huge if they're not marking. Y'all,
Guys,
if y'all
you see
not
this?
marking these levels on your chart, you sleeping. You better mark
This
these
was
levels on
this
your
was my
chart.
short. This was my short. This is why when I looked at it again, I was hesitant, and that was bare minimum just a reach for some sort of short here. This was your
Right.
short.
It should have been, if anything, it should have been a wick. If 708
Leaker,
would
you
have been the
still here?
move, it would have been just a wick.
Leaky says Asia just be too slow for NQ. I swear. Yeah, man.
No, that's what it is. If you get accustomed to something,
Guys.
then you're accustomed to it, and growth is where the focus is. If he's good at New York,
I fucking love
Let
Asia.
me minimize it so they can see my
Love
Guys,
Asia.
listen to me. For me personally, this right here would eat at me alive with them going up in this straight line like this, and me not being able to manage my risk. See, guys, look, I'm almost a perfectionist. So with that being said, now I start to understand now I'm starting to understand the tripper's logic and his reasoning for how he trades Asia. So guys, listen, look, hear me out.
See that?
Run that bitch.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen. What I'm saying is this. For me personally, I could not enter into multiple trades to where I'm only risking 35 or 40 bucks in order to then catch a, you know, a $3, $4, $5, $6, $700 move. Whereas I personally want to manage my risk to within 25 to 30 ticks to then make $300 or $400 instantly like that during New York, and it's done within 60 seconds or 2 minutes for me, because that's just my personality. That's just me personally. Now,
And within 60 seconds,
him
we're
and
gonna see if
Tradeaholics,
this
they have
catches the right
mastered
side.
Asia doing this. So if you're trying to trade Asia, you have to have that mentality, and you have to have the patience, and you have to be okay with this market doing this shit like this. Look, this is going up in a straight line. To me, without a retest, I need a retest and
that lets
at
you
least
know that lets
confirmation.
you know something if it doesn't retest nothing. If it doesn't retest nothing, it has to come back down and get somewhere
Key
down there to
levels.
find
It
some
doesn't matter
support.
what side you're on. It's a fucking key level.
Right.
That's what it's going directly to it. And during accumulation, they want that key level so you can find. If you find the top in Asia on a Sunday, you might
And guys,
be
look at
able to
that.
hold
Look at
that
that.
trade
Just
the
like
entire
that,
week.
we were able to find
That
our
is
directioning based
wicked.
off the key level that wasn't broken, and we just made everything back that we lost.
Oh, you took a
Wow,
long?
that's wicked.
Yeah, I took the long. Why wouldn't I? Off a break of
Yeah,
the
I
basis
did
point,
too.
we take half of a
That's
standard
wicked. Hold
standard
on, let me see what he's
deviation.
doing.
Fuck that. I ain't touching that shit.
So you took that?
Absolutely.
Why?
Zoom in
Because
on
I
your
can
screen
take it
so I
off
can
a
see.
market
Tripper's
off
Zoom
of a
in.
basis
scalping.
point.
He be scalping
The Tripper zoom
sometimes
in.
still, though.
The
He's
Tripper
still
zoom in.
scalping.
Look. Break a structure. Bullish fair value gap. Broke half the standard deviation. Move up after some sort of consolidation here. RSI hasn't
It's
cooled
a
down,
good spot.
but
They're
this is
gonna
the move.
liquidate people right here.
This
They're
is
gonna
it.
Wow.
This
start
is it.
trying to liquidate people.
Yeah, see me,
That's why I
I
wouldn't
need.
touch this right now.
Whew.
This
Man,
is scalping Asia to a T, and I'm gonna sit in
scalping
it,
Asia to a T. Yeah, see.
and
Yeah,
I'm
see,
gonna sit in it, and I'm gonna
he
wait.
good at that scalping shit. I can't
That's
scalp.
it. So
I
I would
can't do
have
that
done this
shit.
at open had I gotten more than just one candle of bounce here and like double bottomed or something. I didn't see that here. I saw one tap of the fair value gap, which I've shown you guys before.
Wow.
One touch, break a structure at the second. Now we wait here to get over this basis point. That's half of your standard deviation on an hour time frame.
Wow.
Yeah,
Impressive.
we saw that support down there. We
That's it.
saw it right when it happened.
It's not wrong to
that
switch
bout was at
sides.
7.
You just got to make sure that your reasoning's behind it. I can't just switch sides here because I think it's going down and I have a level up here up. I have to have some levels break, some support happen, something that gives me structure to move up. This didn't give me a fucking structure.
Nothing.
That didn't
There
give
was
me
no
structure. Chances are we
No
retest this
structure.
market structure shift at 688.
So guys,
That Friday low,
what you're saying
505, there
is,
was no structure.
what you're saying is, for the newbies during Asia, whenever they start targeting a level, they're going to target it in a straight line because there's no
Man.
volume, so you won't
Yep.
get multiple levels of confirmation. You know what I'm saying? With with maybe like a
Right. No
pullback
retest.
or something to manage your risk off of during like maybe like an imbalance. Is that what you're saying? Because even me, I'm still
Exactly.
trying to.
You need so many more reasons than New York because you're going to have to get on that side and marry it no matter if it tries to fake you out.
Yeah, because it moves so
Oh,
fast. That
This will
shit moves
retest
so
your
fucking fast.
retest your market structure shift right here, and this will give me my that'll be the reason I didn't make any money. I exited the play, or I entered the long. Now it's supporting itself, but RSI is coming down. So you see that?
so
This
that's
is
hold
just
on.
strictly staying
But
overbought.
right now, it's going to try to grab support off 722.75. If it bounces there, then we're
722.75.
going to see that 798.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm at sell
Got to
stop
make a higher
722.
low.
What you should have done in a scalp right there is move it straight to break even. And I think we're even going to retest lower than that. But
Okay. Okay,
No,
so
it's setting up for that high of the accumulation.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just
for
going to keep
tonight for
this
Asia.
in. I'm going to keep this in, and I'm going to keep the under 708 is my stop loss, because at this point I'm not
That's a good
repositioning. I'm
stop.
taking that short in the largest play that I'd take today. It will be that short or tonight. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna have those
But
stops under this
708,
fair value gap.
708's pretty beefy though. That's pretty beefy for stop loss. What's the total on that?
$130, $140.
All right, okay, that's not bad.
So for everyone
Exactly
that's
why you go in
watching
a
on my
5 lot.
TikTok, you guys you guys are looking at the trippers trade during Asia. So the rules during Asia are a little bit different than the rules during New York. So see, me personally, I wouldn't chase during New York. If you try to chase a move like this during New York, trust me, you are
You're
going
getting
to get
fucked.
Cleaned
fucked.
up.
You are
Cleaned
going
up.
And I
to
could
get
still get
fucked.
cleaned out right here, but guys, this doesn't take my account away. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
understand
exactly, guys.
that if I
Listen.
get this trade right, the risk to reward here was in my favor.
Mhm. So guys,
It's
listen. Look,
always in my favor. I have control of that. That's the one thing I do have control of is my risk to
Yeah.
reward.
yeah. So in layman's terms, because there's literally people in here that have no idea what's going on. So in layman's terms, he's he's trading the Asia session. So let me finish this. He's
That's
trading
gonna
the
dump
Asia
it.
session. So he's willing to risk $30 or $40 losses in order for him to gain the right move during Asia that will then make up for God knows how many small paper cuts, because you will not be able to
Exactly.
fully have multiple levels of confirmation during Asia like how you do during New York, because the volume is
I've been
less
trying
and
to buy a
because the volume is less and it
732.
dries up at random times and it goes directly to a straight point in a straight line, meaning that you are going to have to be comfortable with buying the top of a move in order for it to continue towards another level of liquidity that you are looking at. So some people are
'Cause you're
probably
looking at half
watching
the
him right
move on an
now,
hour right now.
and they are literally
Yeah,
going because
2250 is gonna be a higher
because
low.
I can see the comments and they're going, bro, like, why is he buying the top like that? So
Trust it. Trust it. It's okay.
exactly.
Nobody says that when it's in profit. It is what it is. And if it hits the sell stop, that's fine. What we do is I can find you 5 other setups. Like if you watch my lives, you've seen me do this and you've seen me
Right.
hit them and you've seen me, trade profitably throughout the night, going live for 3-4 hours.
Right.
It's not about buying a top, right? We're fucking 50 minutes into the market. How the fuck do you know where the top's at?
Right.
Right.
We're in a
That's what people
smaller
are.
move,
Oh, I
guys.
top ticked it. I top ticked that. Like, motherfucker, it's not a top tick if it hits
Nah.
that spot again.
That's it. You're not. We're not buying the top. We're positioning ourselves for a trade that we think is going to play out, guys. Did we not just talk about the fucking levels we needed to hit if we broke certain levels? Well, we broke certain levels. All right. If I don't take
Oh,
my
they
own
did.
fucking bias
Oh, is it
as
good?
understanding, why would I go short again? We broke a key level that told me to
Oh, they
get
just
out.
bought that.
Mm.
They just bought 733.
Let's
They
see it.
just bought that shit.
It's gonna pop
So
right.
so
Top right
I
here.
have a
But I
question
think
for you,
it
the
wants
trippers.
that low 722.
It could, and it's gonna. The RSI is setting up for the downside, but how much downside is the question?
So
Go ahead,
So
NQ.
So I have a question because
Mhm.
I'm currently learning right now during it now. Will I trade Asia? No, but I still like to be a student of the game. So my question,
okay.
my question is this:
And he said no.
why would you not want to? So I'm going to add. I'm going to piggyback based off of somebody that I know that shows up during my session. His name is Jack. He asked me a question. He says his bias 5 minutes ago was short though, and so
It is still is.
okay, great. So my question to you is this:
And they getting ate up right now.
is
It's
what
a higher level that I'm looking for the short now. That's why I've bought. I'm on the buy side.
okay?
If I'm giving myself 799 as a key level of interest, and all I have to give up is okay, so it's more than I was looking at, but under the fair value gap, still I can give up $500, guys. On a trade like this, I can give up 40 points and it'd be $500, 30 points.
Mm.
30 or however many, right? And if I can position that right, that could be a whole range on Asia, and you're in. I didn't risk more than my reward will be at the end of this. That's what you have to pay attention to. If you're taking my trades, you can't take them with a fucking 2 lot. And if you do, you better boom. Like if I enter a trade, I literally got these 2 fucking candles after I entered it. If you needed to see reasoning, there was your reasoning on why I entered the trade, because I saw volatility. We got it. There's just not enough yet for the move that I want. We still haven't broken the downside yet. So there's still room for that upside. I have switched my position. Now I have to trust that those levels that I had written were for a reason, and they were right. That once we broke them, we moved the other direction. It's not always going to work out, and you're not always just going to switch them up. But I've given you that reasoning on why I entered that trade.
Someone from my stream says so. He is only longing to enter a short later. Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
a
do?
scalp. We run too slow in this market that if I have 70 points that I'm looking for here, 60, 70 points. 60, 70 points is a good move. I can take
And
that
that's the
while I
one
wait on my
thing the
short because
tripper.
it's so slow.
That's the one thing he does I don't do. Like I'll see the level, but I won't buy up to that level because I don't
Exactly.
know
Correct.
how
But
they can get to that
he's
level.
also in too many's. He's also, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah, I use
about
4.
it's a exact and 100% right. Now I'm able, since I've given myself this consistency, right? Not only am I learning, that's the best part of it, is you're sitting here fucking learning through the market and you're testing it live time, just like we back tested what was going to happen. This is as real as it gets. I learn from discipline and being put to the fucking fire. Like this is put to the fire for me. If I have to risk
Yeah,
a
this
5
is as
lot and it
live
has
as
to
you can
move,
get.
this is it. This is it for me. And this is how I'm able to work and manage my risk. If you can't do that, and I tell you guys every day, I'm not fucking patient. I'm the most impatient person you'll ever fucking meet.
Correct.
That's probably why I'm a scalper. Now, I've found the way to
Look,
have
I'm
that
getting you off
fucking,
that shit.
I
I'm
found the way to
getting
have
you off
patience
that
for that
shit.
10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? When I am in it, I can know when I'm wrong, number one. And number two, I can evaluate where the fuck I'm going. Like, all right, so I'm gonna move my stops up here. Trade might say, like, you should, why'd you stop out? Because that's what the fuck my brain told me to do. That's what it told me to do this time. This time, it might have been on the right direction, but I saw some money I liked. I was too scared to fucking lose that. Brain hit that button. I fucking hit that button. If you're out, you're fucking out, but be out. Like, stand on it. I'm going to stand on my play. That's it. Because once this is the top, this isn't, once this breaks, this isn't the top anymore. I didn't buy the top. I bought the middle now once we're up here.
Right.
But we want to watch and
Yeah,
wait for it.
730.
We bounced off of half
733.
of the standard deviation on a 1 hour time frame. This is your basis point. It's an average line. It means fucking nothing. But half of your standard deviation is an average, right? If we're playing off fair value gaps and averages, bouncing off of this average gives you more ideology of why it should go the right direction. Just another small
Got 100
reason
points
fucking
right
why.
there. Yeah, that's 100 points right there. That's your first 100-point move of the night.
It's just not a simple break and retest. Yeah, break of the you gotta understand what's breaking though. You know what I'm saying? And it can be it can be determined by different shit. It can be called different shit. But for me, that's half of your standard deviation that just got bought up and took to the upside. So buy side is in play for now until we get a break. That's why we have our levels. That 708, that was key level for us to see
28.
some crazy downside. Now we're going to get on
28 is
overbought,
now key
maybe an
level.
S&T. Now you have no fucking clue where to go on the long side. That's why this is a risky play. Because I'm buying it overbought. You're right. On a 1 minute, you can't take all your trades on a 1 minute.
Right.
5 minutes setup overbought. 15-minute hasn't fucking touched, right? If we give ourselves more
Mark.
15 minutes and we keep this fucking gap, we're moving. We're decent. Because if you zoom out, we're taking a fair value gap. We're invalidating the fuck out of it. 754, we got all of it. We ate the whole move.
Hey,
765.
728 is now key level.
So if you're paying attention
728.
to it, it's not going to make 100% of this 100% of sense if you're just following New York session and you're just used to the regular hours.
Exactly.
You're not going to play these the exact same way.
Cannot. You cannot.
And you could have argued that I bought the top, right? Are we still arguing that?
Yeah,
If I bought this fair value gap, it wasn't the top. I bought in the direction of it, right? But it gives you more reasoning. I needed my second reason. Once we tapped this candle held. This one didn't retest the fucking break. We're good. We're smooth sailing. Enter. Find your entry. Break of the basis point was my last reason. Now
Interesting.
we're setting up slow as fuck. If we don't keep it and make a little flag here, like you would see on the dumbest terms possible, then we lose it. It's just not enough volume. But this is where we would look to go now that we've had some trading time, because since volume's so low, you can't expect a dump either.
Right.
728. At 728 Diddy's, that's the dump. That's the dump.
He said
This-
he went
these-
2 minis. Mew, no, he is trading micros. Mew, you will fucking blow up your account if you're trading.
If you don't have enough money.
Minis during
Yeah,
the day.
dude. Don't risk your whole
Absolutely.
drawdown in the first fucking hour of the day, especially if this is your hour session. Like, don't fucking risk your entire drawdown in one trade, bro.
No.
Worst thing,
cannot do that.
worst thing is buying another,
do that.
trying to put in your card information quick enough to
That's
that fucking
dangerous.
funded, trying to get the information because you fucking finally got your direction. You were just an hour too early.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, yeah, guys, listen. So Mew, during Mew laugh because I said don't do that because you'll blow up your account. Yeah, listen, Mew, listen. Let me answer this question for you,
ICT
brother.
don't work. That's what he says.
If you trade minis during Asia, from what I am now understanding, you have to give this
Good.
market time to play out. It is not
Yeah.
going. It is not
Sweet,
going to
Abel.
particularly play out to a T. Maybe more so like how New York is because of the lack of the volume. So you have to be
But your
willing and
stop
you have to
shouldn't
be
be
okay
more
with
than 10
multiple paper
points.
cuts. So you have
That's
to
it.
size down.
That's
It's
it.
still going
I'm
to
up
make sense.
42 bucks, guys. I'm not a fucking millionaire yet, but I'm also not losing. Like,
Exactly. So you have to size down. So you
I
have to
would eat
size down.
that,
You have to
bro, to
give.
be honest.
Oh,
if we don't take this, I will.
correct
I'm
me.
gonna move stops break even.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the Tripper. So you have to give the play time to play out. So that might be an hour or two. Correct or wrong?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we might not even enter it. You might enter and then be in for fucking 10 minutes, get stopped out, and you're sitting on your hands for another hour. We might
Shit.
enter and not see profit for 2 hours. That's it.
You might be in till tomorrow taking that
Are you
Dude,
Asia
I've
trade.
been up
serious?
many a nights until fucking 3 a.m. We finally get some fucking momentum and you get out of your fucking trade. And I've been in where
Wow.
I've gone to sleep at 3 a.m. because I fucking stayed up and waited for that trade. And if I had just set an alarm for 3 a.m., I would have been fucking cooking. I had all the
Right.
energy in the
Still could have
world.
got that trade. Yeah, it couldn't
Right.
happen like that.
Nah,
That
I don't
one
man.
bet
If I
between
can't
1
manage
and
it, I'm
3.
not taking it, bro. I'm not putting a long shot in and going to sleep. Fuck that shit. That's a Hail Mary that I'm not risking, bro. I want that
That's
screen
not a Hail
every
Mary,
time.
bro.
Wow.
Don't say that.
Nah,
Do
nah,
not
Look,
say
hey
nah,
that.
guys,
That's not
nah.
a
look.
Hail
I'm
Mary,
talking the
nigga.
person that goes
That's
in,
a
market
strategy.
enters
That's
something.
strong swing trade.
I'm
Guys,
talking.
look.
I'm talking
That's
He's
somebody
swing
who
managing his
trade,
goes
risk
in.
bro.
correctly, and look,
Listen
he
to
moved
me.
it to break
Listen to
even.
me.
Guys, look,
I'm gonna
guys.
tell you.
He clearly knows how to trade, guys. Look, this is what I'm saying. So, guys, listen. He knows how to trade Asia. So, guys, listen. Look, that shit that he just did
I'll
just
break that
now,
down in a second trade.
you will get fucked if you do. Like, if you buy this top right here during the hold on real quick. Let me minimize Discord. If you buy this top right here after a sweep of liquidity during New York, they will fucking dump on your head top
Oh,
like
you might
this.
cook.
So, but however, he knows that they're going to a specific spot in a straight line. So he's willing to take some small paper cuts, move and stop the break even, and then trail his stops out. So he has to give himself the opportunity or the possibility that he might lose 1 or 2 trades, but he's only risking $30. But on that one trade that he's correct, he's then going to make $300 or $400 plus on that trade, if that makes sense. But he has to size down. Because what he's saying is this: if unlike New York, if correct me if I'm wrong, the Tripper. So what I'm saying is if he's wrong on that first or even that second trade, and then he gives out all of his ammo, he will not have any ammo left in the tank for that next move for whenever it finally does choose the next direction to go in. And you have to be okay with waiting up to an hour or two, or sometimes up to 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning in order for that to happen. But it will happen. But you have to have the powder in the tank in order for that to be possible. Is that correct?
Exactly. 100%. And that's it. It's just being, I'm not, you could look at my shit right now and say, oh, you're crazy for entering this. But like zoom out and you'll find a couple reasons like maybe he's not so fucking crazy. Whatever it is, I have to play this as a longer term setup. So I said before we stopped that putting in a fucking getting in a trade, leaving it overnight, that's sketchy as fuck to me. If you are a swing trader and that's what you are, fantastic. The way my stop losses work, position sizing on a swing trade, I need a live account. What's up?
He said the way
Nah,
my stop losses
they're
work.
tighter than normal because I'm managing my position while I'm watching them. I have to trail my drawdown because of the way that my accounts, my firms, the people who I go through to use this money for free, the way that their rules are set up, I've come to find out that if I get to where I use my whole drawdown, let's say I fucking use it all on one trade, the percentage of that being right for me right now isn't high enough for me to take that risk reward. I'm better off trading in 2 hours, taking 2 15-minute trades and calling that my win. When I am able to have a live account with no drawdown and I can use these same levels as risk reward, I can take some better trades on the term of what you guys would say are better trades. But right now, I take my setup when I see fit and it plays out. You guys have seen me make thousands of dollars on these lives. Wow. This is how I do it, and it might not align with you, but That's why we're here.
dope. That's dope as hell, bro. Holy shit. So guys, listen, look. You just saw him take like a 30 or $35 loss. But now he is currently up. How much is that?
$100.
Currently up about like $100. So guys, look, that proves my point. Listen, he's willing to take one or two
Hey, you might get a
$30
nice handle
losses.
here, Trip.
My Discord's free, by the way, Sin Tacos. And the fact that your name is Sin Tacos and you're asking about it and you're talking shit, number one, about saying join the Discord. Dog, your name is Sin Tacos. You're literally asking for a fucking handout before you said a word. Now sit your old ass down and learn some shit. Because I'm not the one to be fucked with. And you're going to learn that real quick. I'm not going to mute you yet because I want you to defend yourself. But if you start getting fucking wild, so will I. Anyway, go ahead, NQ.
Yeah, guys, listen. So he took a $30 loss in order to set himself up for a $100 trade. So that is highly impressive because he has to leave ammo in the tank. If he entered into this position with like, let's just say 2 or 3 minis, he would then not have enough ammo in the tank because those paper cuts would be too deep. You have
It's
to
a
give
mental
yourself time.
thing.
And
You're not going to see that dollar amount and be fucking okay with it when you're down 1,000. You're not. I trust me. I fucking know. But when now those highs don't seem so high anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now those fucking highs don't seem so high anymore, do they?
They said
Come on,
you crashed
guys.
out, bro. They said,
Come on,
they
guys.
said, bro, crashed. They said, bro, who the hell was bro talking about? He crashed out on them.
Nah, straight up, I'll crash out 100 times a day if they can let me. I just bring more people here. Nah, bro asked for it. Talking about join the Discord, dog. I'm the only motherfucker doing this shit for free. Go cry to your mama.
Yeah.
Hey, 41.
They said tread carefully.
41.25.
Starbuddy said tread carefully. He said Chaka says best traders in different sessions. Yeah. So guys, listen.
Hey,
you know me. I'm New York, dude. I promise you, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Trip. Hey, run it risk free.
That is running my anxiety through the roof, seeing him buy that tippity top after a liquidity sweep and without a Bissy retest. But guys, look, you see, guys, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the pudding, guys. He's now probably up $100+. He's trailing his stop. He's managing his risk accordingly, and he's taking stops. So, guys, listen, hold on. Let me add this to Trippers. So, my question is this. So, let's just say that this scout plays out to the upside, and let's just say that you get out up there at the top. Will you now be trying to take short setups to then target lower levels of liquidity since it got to your profit target higher, or what? What are you thinking next?
The way this is set up right now, if I stay 5 micros and we see my target of 799, I will make that a sell order for 10.
Oh, so because the volume
It's moving
is so
slow,
low,
guys.
you can now
My key
shift.
profit level might switch me. Not always, but it might.
Okay, gotcha. I'm following you. Okay.
The same way I just went in on this trade, I had to exit and find repositioning. If I hit my trade and my this is back to when you said my general confluence was short, right? My general idea for the day is short.
Right.
Now I don't turn that off. The same way I took this trade on a break of a level, now this is my fucking level here. I want to respect the fuck out of that. So I'm going to take my 10 cell, I'm going to stand on it, leverage my risk based off of another 5 micro because I'm taking off 5 micros to add 5 micros. I'm not entering a 10 lot.
Okay.
I'm entering a 5 micro trade based off of buying straight to selling. All right. Now I'm going to pull my stop. I'm going to play this exact same way, but I already have my fucking levels with volume factored in from Asia session because it just fucking happened.
Wow.
It just
What
happened.
you trailing to? What's your trail at?
741. I might pull it up right here. If we hold this, I'll put it up right here.
It might tag it a little bit. And then
That's a double bottom. It'll move right here. Close this candle right here. We double it. I'm up, but I don't think we do. I think we down. I think we down a little bit.
Yeah, we got buyers. We got buyers at 42.75.
And see, this is why I trail my stops, guys. When you're in Asia, it's so slow. You have to be able to direction yourself. Okay, so now we almost have this double bottom right here. We even took a little bit of it, and if we keep that, now that's our next point of interest. That's your protected low right here.
Right. Okay.
So a protected low on a 1 minute time frame is going to be really fucking close, and that's why this shit's so scary, right? But that's why you won't see me move it up yet. I don't have full fucking confidence that this is on the upside yet, and we're still tapping into this SMT building for the downside move on the RSI. But if you pay attention, it's been cooling off. We got a fucking downside move, and then we kept it for my upside. And that happens in Asia. Why do I know that? Because I fucking back tested. It happens 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So you're gonna get the same level. You're gonna get the same trade. I'll probably get this same trade again. And if I get it, then I'll know to take it. I'll know when to take it, and I'll know where my stop losses are because it's already happened. It's already happened.
They might attack 728 soon. They might
Yeah.
attack 728.
And that's okay because that's where your order block is. Now you start to notice why the chart's set up the way it is. So now we got 733 right here. That's where I think it's going to tap. Or basis point, which is our break, 728, which is he talking about.
Jesus, they're still going.
Oh, that was that
So
fight right there.
this
You
is
saw that
why I
fight?
didn't. Now, guys, pay fucking attention right here, right here. This is why I didn't trail my stops to the fucking double bottom. Those don't get held. Next candle took the double bottom, grab liquidity, move up. All right, it's painted for you. Now you move your fucking stops up. Now we're there. All right. And if I get stopped out, that's fine, guys. I made $100. Who fuck cares? I don't have to make $500 on every trade
Hey,
if I can
partial.
do this
Take a
once a day.
partial. Take a partial.
It's only 5. I'm gonna stay
Take
true
two
to
of
it.
'em. Just take
What
two
is
of 'em.
what's gonna happen once we move this up? I'll move it to break a structure, and that's my trade plan right there. If we break a structure, I'll tap the X.
Wow. That's dope, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God, bro. How you broke that down, bro, is dope. Cause seeing this market move like this to me is pretty wild. Like,
And it helps you on the slow days too, and in New York. All right, now we hold break a structure. You see that? You see the bounce off break a structure here? We hold this on a 46 seconds, and we're smooth through the upside new high.
Wow. Impressive.
So bounce off break a structure. That was the only real true test to break a structure. The body's held, but now a wick's holding. Got a higher low. If it holds, it's good. If it breaks, we're already out. That's our sell stop.
Gotcha.
Now you time the candle. Now this is why I can tell you when a candle's gonna move, because if it doesn't go down, it's going to a fucking new high. It is. It just is.
Impressive.
Guys, 7 seconds. This is when you get your move. 3, 2, 1. Bingo. That's it. It's fucking. It's written in the fucking stars for you. It's gonna happen. It just has to. And if it doesn't, your trade plan didn't work out. You reevaluate. You sit on your fucking hands and you figure out what you did wrong. You don't pout or revenge trade yourself.
Yeah.
46 support.
And that's second high. If we keep that, still moving up.
Traka says, I love his explanation. We would never pull something like that in New York session. Yes, I agree. I fucking love how he broke that shit down just now. During Asia. I do too.
Wouldn't that have sucked if I would have lost this trade, guys? No, I'm just fucking with y'all.
I'm serious.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, guys, he can't lose this trade because he's trailed his stop. So he can only make more money. All right. So either way, if it comes back and if it stops him out, it is going to make up for the previous trade that he did times 2 or 3 fold at a minimum.
Test 749, 75, 750, then move up based off this candle.
Impressive. So,
Right
guys,
here.
what you're looking is that you're looking at his screen. So, for the people on TikTok, you're looking at his screen. If you're in Discord, then obviously you can see his screen, from Discord. But man, whew, I got my.
Look at these wick setups. Look at these wick setups. You see how it's tightening up? All right, you got high,
Okay,
high,
Melvin. Good job,
high,
Melvin.
low, low. You want to tighten it up right here. And that'll keep your direction on the same side that it is. The second that this breaks, you reevaluate the trade to the basis point. Basis point also just happens to be these lows, and that was my stop loss. My stop will have already been out right here. We don't want that low.
What's it at? 46?
48.
Alonzo says, you guys are the best at explaining everything so clearly. Thanks, Alonzo. Appreciate that, my brother.
Hey, yeah, appreciate you guys. I haven't been able to read most of the chat, but I'm just locked in. Y'all see me looking up. That's because this shit's on my top monitor. But yeah, I think we get our sell stop soon if we keep these candles. Oh boy, yeah, that's the sell stop right here because we broke that low. You see, you see how we broke that low? That told me that was it. I'm okay with this still going up. I took my profit. We're back. We're in profit for the day.
46 is support.
Yeah, and he called that number right before that hit. You saw that hit, guys, and I stopped out right at right at my top. What I think is, so I think we get this to be our last break of structure here. If we can't break this high, obviously, but that's your setup. We broke this low. That tells me we're going to go down. I'm not positioning myself down until some sort of gap pops up. We want something nice and clean. We don't want to play that yet. I
Right.
still think we could have saw another 30 points. Does that mean I'm not taking it? No. My level broke. I trust my trade. Now we wait for 799 and we don't enter anything. That's just it. Now we wait for our trade plan. We got our scalp, you know? You got your now if you enter anything, you are trying to buy the top. This is where we got our restructured we restructured ourselves based on that 50, right? 50% on
That's
that.
actually at the top of a 15-minute Sibby right now as well. Like if you look at that, that's the top of a huge
yeah.
15-minute Sibby, bro.
And I use here.
Okay.
Let me
You
switch
see
my
it?
hour.
You see it?
Yeah. You're in
So
the
guys,
very,
so
very
right now
top
we
tick.
are rejecting. This market is starting to reverse right now because it touched the top of a 15-minute Sibby and the top of a 5-minute Sibby as well. So you have two huge minute two Sibbies confluencing at the exact same spot. So this market is starting to reverse.
And this is why we think
Yeah, I had a spot
799
at
because
52.
this is, you see the reversal on a setup like this, and this is where we get our slowest fucking version of a wick to sell side. So this is gonna set up for 799 in my opinion, in a
Okay.
slow move or a fucking dump side, right? Bounce for no fucking reason, and then straight wick to sell side. That's what I think is going to be what dumps us.
His
But
857 is major
his
resistance.
TikTok his
857.
TikTok is called The Trippers, THA Trippers.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's the same as my Discord name if you see me in
Yes.
here.
So listen, because people keep on asking me about it. Guys, listen. His name is THA Trippers, Ramble. So if you DM me, I can shoot you his Discord. His Discord is actually free, believe it or not, to join. So
It is.
so if you do that, I can shoot it to you, or you can DM him and then he'll shoot it to you. Either way, Ramble. All right.
Yes, sir. And actually, if you're watching my live, I have the live link that I have written in the center of my screen. It will never be invalid. It's forever a link. So I
Okay.
switched all that. I didn't know I was the problem there, but yeah, that was me.
Hey, we got to get on the Trippers because I was the one that told him he was the problem, and I told him how to fix it. So
straight up,
see, look,
I didn't even
he's
know I
not
could
giving
do
me my
that, bro.
credit.
Maybe I
want
am
my
old.
credit.
He was the one. He said, "Bro, you just go to this little thing right here," and I was like, "Fuck, bro." I've been making people feel bad because I thought that shit was just how it worked.
Yeah.
It changed every 7 days, and y'all was still tripping about it, like you didn't have 7 days to get in that motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, click on the link. All you gotta do is press the button to join.
That's it, bro. Bro, it's
crazy.
just a pullback. All right, Captain. Captain, where are we pulling back from, and where are we going to?
He said
You
just
don't
a
come in
pullback.
here
What
with
he
that
say?
half-ass bullshit. Give me your trade plan.
I said, bro, it's just a pullback. Well, yeah,
Give me your trade
exactly.
plan, bro. How the fuck is this a pullback at all-time highs, gang?
Yeah.
How
Guys,
is how is
listen.
this your pullback at all-time highs? Do you think this is structured for an upside move? And fundamentally, what tells you that? Go. I'll wait.
Hey,
You better get to
we
fucking
got the
typing.
market makers in the chat. Market
Shit,
makers
nah.
in the chat.
It's crazy, bro. The keyboard warriors be so less resourceful when they fucking get asked a question. Like you wasn't just prepared to fucking try and roast me or some shit.
We got it.
Hey,
This
no,
spot
hey,
right
no,
here.
hey, listen, look.
42.
Hey,
42.
the Trippers, I promise to God, if you would have took that second loss, they would have
Nah.
said, bro, who the fuck is this dude? That dude's a fucking moron. He doesn't know how to trade. He's an idiot.
That's it. That's it.
We got
But
30,
hey,
30 seconds for
hey,
42.
did I buy the fucking top, guys?
Yo, that's hilarious. Hey, and you want to know
That's
what's
it.
funny?
That's your downside move right here if we keep it.
Is
No, it's not
the
it yet.
Trippers.
We got
People get
20
on my
seconds,
ass, right?
20
Because
seconds.
I will literally sit there for 2 or 3 hours through time distortion and wait for a beat or an A+ trade. And then they'll say, bro, what the fuck are you doing waiting there, bro? Just press the goddamn buy button. And
Yeah, that's it.
You don't know how to trade,
That's it.
bro. I'm like, what are
That's
you
it.
talking about,
Oh,
bro?
they
Like,
held it.
Seven.
They
Somebody
held it.
said 763 before rejection. We're looking for 799. You're looking
That's
for
crazy, bro.
$7.99. I got my sell limit up there,
43,
guys.
43
Pay attention to
support.
these bands. If we break
Okay.
out of this band, that's when we see the 23s, the 20 level support. First, we got an order block at 733.25. That was your
People
first
like
move
that.
up.
True,
That's
'cause
what
people
gave you
like
your
that. Yeah, I know,
positioning.
trackers. I know. It's crazy.
This is when you guys said I bought the top. This is when I knew we didn't. So that's your directioning, right? This gives you the gap, in my opinion. All right. If we take the gap, you're also going to bounce off
They
breaker
lose the
structure.
same.
And what was the same trade I took? A bounce off breaker structure. This is what you look for every time. But since it's the second setup, right? Your market structure shift was down here. That's when we shifted from bearish to bullish, right? On a 1 minute time frame. Now, rather than targeting this, you would want to target this if you're looking for upside strength. That would be your 688 level. So if you're really wanting a good move to the upside that breaks all-time highs, we don't have enough liquidity when we're bouncing off of the levels that he's talking about. If we're going to bounce off the 633 order block, 622, that gives me every reason to go short later and not take the long. Why? We didn't fill these key levels yet. If you understand it on a longer time frame or in a different session, you can understand it in this one too if you break it down. You're just not getting your move quickly. This was your fair value gap retest. I used my basis point rather than, you know what I'm saying? So this was your move with the retest, and that was your settle, and then this is your time to go long. That on when you explain your setups in Q, how you break down when you enter on that boom down retest go.
Right.
This is that for you. But we had to play it off of the smallest time frame, and I compare it to a 4 hour because look at the break.
Right.
That's it. So
Right.
if you compare it to a 4 hour, rather than that fucking $10 break, you're looking at, hundreds of points. Now, if you're positioning yourself right, and if I can do that right, you would say, why aren't you taking a larger position size? Because my positioning is for the downside. These are just fucking good luck points. These are little gold stars I get to put somewhere for myself. What the fuck is $130 gonna do for me, bro? That was sushi. Like this is, I'm gonna take it because I'm not a fucking dumbass. But what I'm looking for is the setup to get me the trade that you guys want. That's what I want.
Interesting. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I think they might be trying to hold 798 for Monday night. This
that's
looks like they're
fine.
setting it up.
That's fine. If they set it up for the downside for the right position, look at the RSI.
Yeah, it's coming
It's
now.
a free
It's
fall.
trying to set up now.
Now you're gonna get caught in trying to catch it, or you get one of these. You get a bounce. You see these happen, but they're not it's not following the line. This went straight down.
Pausing right here.
It went straight down and didn't find it short here. It didn't keep going short because it found its level. That was right here, and that was a break and then a catch. So this would have told you on this little trend here, right here, this said, oh, go short. We're going for low a day, right? Because that's your setup. This is at least you think that this breakout is gonna sorry. That you think that this breakout to the downside is gonna retest your liquidity levels, right? But it didn't.
Hey, your boy Spot.
It didn't.
So
Your boy
Cam
Spot says
asked a
market
question.
making
So
the
Cam
chat
said,
tonight.
why did he get out of that trade? He got out of that trade because he trailed his stop. So he trailed his stop, and they took him out on that 716 candle. So he trailed it to what would have been like a for the Asia session, what's considered a market structure shift. Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And on a 1 minute time frame, those get
Hey,
invalidated a lot.
799 blast. We going all time highs, bro.
I think that honestly,
Star Money, that
my
wasn't his
level of
break even.
break-
Star Money, that was not his break even. He trailed it in profit. Star Money.
Yeah, nah. If you looked at my first trade, we lost $30. We are up $65. That's my account balance. If you guys want to watch, if you want to see it. So, like I said, we're still positioning. I don't think that's just a win. It's a winning day when you didn't lose any money. Cool, but like, we're in for good trades. We don't give a fuck about stats.
Exactly. So now
It's gonna go for those highs
look
now.
at that.
You see?
Yeah.
And that's the setup we want. We didn't want to see the downside right here. We want to see that SMT keep moving it up. Then when you get your downside and it hits, it fucking hits. The dump's going to look just like these runs are.
So now just to keep everyone updated. So now he made profit off of a quick scalp because he's still thinking short, But now he's looking to then target that short a little bit up higher so that he can then try and capitalize on this move.
This
But
is your long. This holds. This is your long. This is why, right? This is
correct.
my no retest of the fair value gap. Guys, pay attention. This is the fucking every time it's the break. See? Every single fucking time. We didn't retest the ones. We got to break a
Here we
structure. Bare
go.
minimum, hold it
Wow.
back. That's your break every fucking
Y'all better
time.
be loading up.
Every
Okay.
time, guys.
And it's
So
just so happened this
Same
level is
setup.
about to hit right before Asia.
Watch.
Y'all pay
It's gonna pull
attention.
back. Watch this fucking candle. It's gonna pull back half of this move, if not all of it,
whoa.
and still go that direction.
No, okay. During Asia, that's a God candle during Asia. 0.8% on a candle, on a 1 minute candle, that's a God candle during Asia, correct?
8 p.m. coming.
Wow. That's not normal.
Let's see how
See,
much they
guys,
want.
this is why I said the fucking longs would have been up $400 right now. Am I okay with me not making that money? Yeah, because I want to
I
focus on the
told you a big
downside.
ass candle was coming.
That's okay. I'm still all right. I
So
leveraged my
big
risk
ass
because
candle.
this right here would have stopped me out regardless because I would have expected
46,
more
yeah.
downside than that.
Yeah, still hit 46
However,
anyway.
the trippers, the trippers, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Now, even from my experience, this right here, and anyone else can chime in as well. But one thing's for sure, though, I know for a fact that a 0.4% move during Asia is not normal, because I don't see this
On the
market
right
moving like
days,
this during Asia
not
all
on
the time.
not on a Sunday night is not usual.
That's
It's
crazy.
not you. I guess is the better word for it. Normal in Asia is kind of patterns all across the world. So you want to give that 6 p.m. to like retail. So think about more than just Asia, and if retail gets something, it's gonna push the market regardless. But again, we're looking for downside. They're gonna try and prop this shit up. That's what I was looking for either way. I can't break it down into like words, I guess I feel like I'd say.
Guys,
But
if you look at your screen,
Bro, I can't place a trade.
since we've been talking for less than the last 90 minutes during
Oh
Asia,
shit, they fucking with
this
me.
market has
I can't
pumped
place a trade.
0.6% in a straight line. That does not happen during New York without even coming back to retest any major imbalances.
so
That
exactly
is
what he said, guys.
insane. That's
So
why he's
then
trading how
then
he's
you're on the
trading.
wrong fucking side if you're on that side. That's what that tells you. And now doesn't mean it's always going to look like it's the wrong side. It's this market.
Right.
It's slow like that. So that's why when you get on the right side, you have to make sure you're leveraging your risk. I could still be in longs, guys. That was 50 points. I gave up 30 points and I told you I was going to do it.
Right.
It's good risk to reward. That's the only thing different that I have than anybody else. And I can
That's why he's
learn
trading
that.
how he's trading,
Keep
guys.
it.
So he's getting ready to
What's negative
capitalize on this huge
587?
downside move right here during Asia because he has a sell limit up there.
That's my stop loss. 857 up there. That's my stop loss. Negative 587. That would be on this trade. Once I enter it at 799, I'm willing to give up all of that. Why?
Oh, okay. I'm used to looking at ticks.
Yeah,
My
no,
bad.
no, you're good, bro. Right here on this 846 level, the reason I put my stops outside of that is because 846 holds. That's your standard deviation on the 1 hour. That's a key level as well. And if we have that holding, and I've only leveraged right, I'm up $60. So I'll give myself my normal $500, like I
I
told
can
you guys
almost
earlier.
guarantee
Right.
799 doesn't blast. I can almost guarantee.
Nah, and that's why I'm even here. I'm not gonna go heavier because I like how much room I have, guys. Again, this
Right.
is a quarter of my fucking entire
That's
drawdown.
good. Yeah.
Even though I love this trade, I'm not gonna over leverage because I know that the same setup will happen again if I'm this good at this. That's it. That's just
Wow.
simply it.
Man, I hope
You
they
don't
don't
have to
play
risk
with
it
this
all
shit.
today because it's gonna happen again tomorrow. Why? Because it took me testing this shit backwards to learn how to be profitable in it. So if I can test it backwards and prove, and that's the reason on why I take trades, why the fuck wouldn't I trust that it'll happen again?
No, if we reject 7095, we ain't dumping at 745. We going to hell, brother.
795, you said instead of 799.
No, I'm still 790. Somebody else was saying that.
Oh yeah. Longs is the key, dog. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna.
get
I'm not
your
even gonna
ass
say
cleaned
nothing
up.
to that. Please buy the longs, dog. If you can, buy 5 micro
Somebody got
at
to be liquidity.
$7.99. If you really
Right.
want to stand on it,
That's what I tell
buy
people all
5
the
micro
time.
at $7.99, gang. If you really want to stand on it, Zooper Society.
If you ballsy,
Been long since 667,
Full
but
ported.
I'm watched that level. Man, we got
Full
another
one.
market
full
maker out
port
here.
5 minis right now.
Eating.
If you
He
know what
said he been
Guys.
lost in 667.
Yeah. Bro, there's always one of them, right? I think fucking Warren Buffett jumped in here last week. I'm just fucking with you, bro. If you hit it, fucking fantastic. But I don't know why the fuck you would have held a futures contract over the weekend.
Wow.
Here we go. Here we go, guys.
That's what we talking about, guys.
Here we
It's not
go.
like I fucking bro went in from fucking the bottom tick on my call. No way. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. I didn't even know he was in here, bro. That's insane.
So where's your short at? So where's your short order at? What number? What's the number?
799.
799?
799.
Okay.
That's fire, Jarael.
I could see that.
No, that's
I could see that,
fantastic,
bro.
bro.
I could see that, bro.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because look what we're targeting. Look at back
Go
test
back
it to the last
down,
run.
'cause that's-
Look at
scalp
that.
boom,
Look at
go
this.
back there.
That's
Look at all
actually
this.
slightly above the consequent encroachment of this 15-minute semi
And that gives you this entire block right here.
to profit off of.
And
Wow.
and guys, I'm only risking $100 down. I'm down $100 here.
A 812 should be the stop loss on 799.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. You know me, I'll fucking move it. But I just know for a fact my stop loss is a price it's not hitting, and that for me is 857. Even if we saw more upside, I'll short the fuck out of
Oh,
it
it's
again.
definitely not. It's
At
definitely
eight-
not hitting 857 at all. Well,
If-
no. It
846
could. It could
846
literally.
is my
It could
deviation.
literally hit. The next level I have is at 855.
Mhm.
I got a level 855. So
Guys, there's
that
165
could
people
hit.
in the TikTok right now. That's fire.
This is
If y'all
making me
looking at your
wanna.
fucking screen right now, tap something. Type W. Type a W in the chat. Anything. If you're winning
Yeah.
like my dog,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to talk no shit. I didn't
you
know
good.
he entered off my level and grabbed the bottom. Shit.
Guys, listen. If you're on my TikTok, can you
Let's
please just type
go.
W inside the chat for me, please?
Let's go.
Just put a W inside
Let's
the chat,
go.
TikTok, please.
Hey guys,
Put a
it's time
W
for a
inside the chat,
button.
please.
And if you're listening to the
Put a W.
TikTok, you're gonna hear it. But y'all
Thank
know
you,
what the
thank
fuck
you.
we do around here. It's time for some music.
He's gonna play some music for us.
Yes, I got songs that go with the trades, guys. If you're in the TikTok,
Hey,
you could hear
sure.
it. But
It might come sooner.
Let
Get
us
can
know.
ready.
you take
put a
me
W
It might come sooner.
higher?
You're watching this guy trade live during Asia. Guys,
Guys.
I am learning right now. This is dope as hell to me right now.
Gap still in
All
play.
right.
We
Hey, they
keep it.
just held. They bought
Oh,
Come on.
767.
quick
Come on.
question.
767
Go ahead.
support.
Can I get how many tick accounts? I had just sent you that message, but because I just seen your message. But how many? I can get 3 of those ticks for that discount.
You said ticks.
No,
It's an account. It's a funding firm.
Nah, funding firm. That's a funding firm.
no.
Yeah.
King Crypto, can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you, bro.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
that downside.
Yeah, so
Touch the
listen,
gap,
King
we
Crypto,
tested it.
you can only purchase one of the tick accounts for that $98 rate. Only one.
Guys, 1 second. Pay attention. Pay attention. Look. If we get downside and it's now, this is why. We hit the gap, tested it. We went back into the gap, and that means we fucking lost it. So if we lose it here, my trade plan worked for the downside. It just didn't hit my level yet.
Star
But
Money
this is-
said, "NQ, you taking notes? Goddamn right, I'm taking notes of this shit. This is dope. This is dope.
This is your setup. We break this trend here. We're gonna hit
Hell
gap.
yeah,
Then we get our
girl.
move to 799.
This is
But
crazy.
see how it's setting up
Even
right
me,
here?
I'm like,
This is slow.
whoa.
This is fucking slow. This is Asia. This gives you your
But
support.
I'm not gonna lie
Even
though,
though
this
it's
shit
broken.
is slow though. Yeah, like he said, it's fucking with me. But hey, but I promise you, like this is like getting me going. Like I'm like, "Ugh, this is
Yep.
amazing. Like seeing this
Yep.
shit is getting me fired up. I'm thinking about risking my money in trading during Asia, but the only thing is I got to get some goddamn sleep. I can't be up till no 1, 2 o'clock in the morning doing this shit. I can't.
I'm
That's it,
telling you,
bro.
this level hits. We holding all, but we holding till
I
Tuesday.
told you he
Guys,
was my fave.
it's not. I
I
don't
told
do
you he
this
was my
shit.
fave. He is. He's dope.
Why
That's
would
why
I
like
do
him.
it for free and not talk my shit? You know what I'm saying? I can't be free and bad. Fuck.
Star Money says, I told you he was my fave. Yeah, I like him too. I like him.
Triad said, "Bro missed longs. Bro missed the TikTok live for real, dog." Listen,
like 'em.
go get a coloring book, dog. This ain't for you. You
Man,
couldn't even be on time, bro. Bro, go
they
back to
shot it up
recess.
and kept it sideways, and they're just going higher. Okay, so my question to you is this: so I'm being
ready.
a student
Get
not only
ready.
for myself, but I'm being a student right now for the people that's inside my live stream as well. So they're looking at your screen right now. What? So obviously, I can see your sell order at 799.
All right.
All right.
Overbought
So
also. And we take the SMT, right, to take it to the downside right here. We would have made an SMT here had this candle held low. That tells you this is close to being ready, but not ready yet. It didn't do it
Game
fully this
time,
time.
brother.
It
It's
gave us
game
the
time.
move right here, got back in it, dumped. This is what you thought was the dump. This got all the retail in, manipulate the move to the upside, and distribute it down to the downside.
okay.
So
So
it's a simple AMD. So accumulation up here, manipulation out, right? This is now not manipulation because you're paying attention to RSI as the indication. You're still taking the upside. So that tells you, all right, get
This
ready
is
for the
about
fucking
to be
downside
a
because this is prop
massive
and it's
fucking
backward setup.
dump.
We made an SMT off of no support back to the upside after a fucking full one to the downside. We
Okay.
flipped twice.
okay.
So now that's actually your third, 1, 2, 4th time. So the more times you have set up and you pair that with your key levels and your other time frames,
And
now
we
you
got
have an
30
A+
seconds
setup
on 772.
and you can almost time it to what time it's going to happen. 8 p.m. is going to be the move.
We got 30 seconds, 20 seconds.
It's going to hold it until about before 8 p.m. And then 8 p.m. we're going to get a little volatile. That's what's going to scare a lot of people out of their trade. And we're just going to let those levels stay what they are. And we're going to listen to our gut.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it held. They
so-
just
Give my
bought
little man's
7.
water.
I have a
They
question.
just bought 72.
I have a question to Trippers. Are you
Let me
ready?
fill up the water bowl right quick for my little guy.
I have a serious question. Whenever you're ready.
I'm still listening. You can go ahead.
Okay. All right. So my question is this. I tell my students and I say, because this is what I do as well, and so like they've seen the importance of this. Are you considering where ES is going and the liquidity levels of ES during the Asia session? Because you have to be aware of that, of where ES could potentially be targeting during New York, because ES might randomly pick up some volume and ES might be targeting like a liquidity sweep. And so if you're trading NQ, you don't want to be trying to short NQ if ES is trying to sweep a higher level of liquidity at the same time. Are
That's
you
when-
looking at ES
that's
or
when
are
you
you
have-
considering that whenever you're trading or not because of the low volatility?
So yes, low volatility. That's a big reasoning for why it's not a huge deal.
Okay.
But the reasoning is because I'm giving myself the risk to reward to take those levels. I have 857 as
Keep
a
on
stop
forgetting
on this
that.
play because this
Right.
is my last chance for shorts to stay in play. If we lose the short, upside potential is a lot lower than downside potential. So we still just wait for the short. If we find a reason off of a fair value gap or 20 points, whatever, like we just did, we'll take that. But at 587, right, that loss right there, I'm risking literally a quarter of my drawdown. So it's low risk for my next trading day. I don't open the day down 1,500. Can't fucking open a big trade that I usually would because it's gonna fucking tap out, and I'm scared because of just my
This shit
drawdown,
about
not
to
my level.
tank.
Right.
Oh, yeah, this shit finna tank.
It is. I might miss my entry.
No, it didn't happen yet. It didn't happen yet.
It didn't. It's gonna once it does though,
No.
it's gonna be strict. That's a volume imbalance. We want to keep this on the upside. That gives you more reasoning, guys. When you see this VI pop up, it's a volume imbalance in the candles. If we get it to the upside, it's not going to hold that volume imbalance. That tells you one thing. It wants up, number one. But if there's a volume imbalance and it dumps, get ready for this imbalance to fill.
Trucker says he even considers the same confluences as you in New York. Star Money says you got to be careful because Asia can trap you. Yes.
That's it. But we just showed you how to get out of the trap.
But listen.
That was it.
So yes, guys, look. He's getting out of the trap because he's only risking 30, 40 at the most, maybe $50 a trade, and he's willing to then get 3 or 4 paper cuts in order to then capitalize on a major move. All right. And then whenever a trade does play out in his favor, like you just saw, he took his first loss. It was like $30, $35. His next trade, even though he got stopped out in profit, he then made 2 or 3 times more than that. So he made about $100 on that trade. All right. So guys, long story short, guys. So for the people that's new, you have to during Asia, you have to be willing to take a lot of paper cuts because the market goes up and down in a straight line, and it's so slow and it will trap you.
And
So
look at what's happened. Pay attention to it. It looks like a 4-hour setup.
listen,
You're getting a way shorter term move.
Yeah,
It looks like it happened in a longer time frame.
Exactly. So that's what he's doing. So yeah, Star Money, you're right.
Oof. That's what we want to see go back up. Everything's telling downside right this second. That's why I still think we're hedged. Little hesitation too early.
Fake out. That's fake out.
That's what it is. So we're just a little too early. This structure says down, right? But you're gonna get your invalidation of that at the last 10 seconds.
So I got a question. So I have a serious question, and let me finish this, the trippers. Hold on. So this is my serious question. So now, considering that we have gone so far, what I would be looking for during New York session would be I would be looking for a bearish imbalance to form so that I can then use that to manage my risk. In the event that I miss my perfect entry in order for me to capitalize towards the downside. So my question to you is this, considering that, the trippers, my question is if you miss this entry right now, how will you still enter into a trade to the downside?
Bounce off breaker structure, reject the bottom 2 wicks of this.
Oh,
bounce off breaker structure, also fair value gap, and a sell side on the retest of this. Now it's not as far downside, but if we rejected this, I would sell. If not, I would keep the same positioning. But that gives me a reason to pull that stop just a little bit further down. Maybe risk that extra $60 because again, we're only risking 500 of our drawdown. We still have another fucking $1,500. It's not now. If these levels play that hard, right, and they play hard to get, that's it. That is what it is. We don't chop ourselves out of it. We back up. You fucking zoom out real quick. Remember why the fuck you started your day with, like what plan you had when you started your day, and you settle. You find out where the next level is. If you're short, what was your first target? That's where you're going to look at the rejection because it's still a target. It doesn't mean it's not a target because you're not in the play. It's a target because now this was where we said, okay, we're going to get our indecision. If we get our indecision and now we also reject here, that's every entry for me to have an A+ setup, and I still bought the top.
Gotcha. Okay. One more question here because
here it goes. Fair value gap, move up.
Okay, so one more question here because a huge member inside my community says, Michelle says, would this be considered time distortion? It feels like it. So I want you to answer that because you know what time distortion is. What do you think?
Asia's always going to feel like time distortion because most of it is. Again, retail doesn't make the moves, and that's all that's in Asia is retail.
And
that's it. We don't have banks. We're not getting the big fucking ticket sales and buy orders. This is retail. This is it. This is when, yes, this is time distortion, but it's only time distortion because the banks are no longer in fucking control.
Correct. So
that's it.
So guys,
lack thereof.
And for that reason, that's why you have to give yourself room for error in Asia because the entire Asia session is going to feel like time distortion and it's going to trap you.
You can get the correct move during time distortion. You just have to be able to give yourself the right lot size. There's got to be more idea of why. This gives you reasoning to go short, setting up for 8 p.m. So I don't think this is it. We're still holding the gap. So
but I got a question. So the tripper. So I have a question. So based on what you just said, I have another question. So what you're saying is you have to position as though you will get hit with time distortion all the time during Asia.
Yes, that's why you're gonna see me take 5 minis.
You mean micros, not minis?
Micro, sorry, 5 micros. Sorry, yeah, my bad. I don't even know why I said mini.
Makes sense. Gotcha.
But that's always gonna be it. I have to be able to have myself that time and right like. If I compare it to big leagues, little leagues, whatever, I like to compare it to Kobe, my Kobe theory. You got to practice to get there. I'm not in the NBA right now, guys.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm not there yet. I'm okay to say that. We took out that gap. So now is when you try to direction yourself. If we fucking fall, we're gonna slow burn. That's that bounce the breaker structure. When we get our retest, that's when I would look at it. But see, it's still just
Might take
holding,
out right
guys.
there.
Every chance you think.
This
It's
might be the move right here.
Well,
that was when it would have went short
well,
here. So has to happen in this candle.
well, the trippers switch to a 15-minute time frame, and you'll see that as of just 30 seconds ago, we just had a 15-minute BISI form, and there's a 1 and a 5 directly there, and we are bouncing off that 1 to 5 and 15-minute BISI. There's a 1, 5, and a 15 that just formed, and we're bouncing
almost
off that.
oversold. I mean, overbought on the 15s, which is really, really good reasoning to go short.
Okay.
The longer the time frame on the RSI, usually the heavier gap it fills. Pay attention to your hour. We still have the entire gap to 828. I mean, not 828. Sorry, 821. Right. So we hold that entire gap of 821. That's really your reasoning. If we broke out of it and kept the body down, that would be your like manipulation, but still not giving me my stops. You guys see what I mean right now? Like it's 799, even if it's not the top. We're giving ourselves $55 to be able to enter it now and not have to worry about time distortion.
Right.
You're going to let it play out. Yeah, time's going to be distorted until it's not anymore, until that top's not the top. You know what I'm saying?
Michelle, you can't hear us? Okay, no, she's good. Okay.
And that's really what it is. The whole same scenario here where the top wasn't the top anymore. That's the same shit.
Gotcha.
You have to know that during time distortion, which way is it going? It's not just gonna go sideways like New York is. The time distortion is gonna go sideways, but that sideways is the same as New York sideways, where you get a 40-point range or 30-point range, but now you have to be able to know the warning signs of when it's gonna fall off. This was a warning sign of it to fall off, but still this breaker structure wouldn't allow me to go short here. I would want this up here somewhere in my reasoning. You can't just take that same volatile move for New York that you would get unless it's like an open or a CPI, but then you're still just gambling. You're playing with just risk. There's no reward there. You see the band tighten? The band tightens
he
when
is
it moves
not
to a
in
different
longs right
direction.
now. He's looking for his shorts. He's
Guys,
looking for his short right now. So no,
pay
Eduardo.
attention to how the bands work. This is standard deviation. You see the bands tightening? Bands tighten, move out. Bands tighten, move out. Bands tighten, which way we going? That's what you don't know yet. But chances are, the way that the structure is formed so far, we push to the upside. The tighter this band gets, the tighter that price action is. That's when you're going to see your pop. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So, one more
High or low?
question because I'm a student of the game. What are your thoughts of 15-minute bissies and sibbies during Asia session? Because I just saw that they just whipped directly through a huge 15-minute sibby up here in a straight line. That does not happen like that during New York.
I'll compare it to a fucking volatile ass 1 minute candle on New York, and then what you told me was volatile on Asia. You're gonna get that wick up, but it's gonna do this, and then it's gonna come down, because during that hour is when you're gonna see that price action was wicked up here.
Okay.
That's where you have to sit in the wick and know that it's going down. It's just, this is your one lick sweep, you know, or your one that took out that level.
Okay.
This tells you too, right? You have a trend line on your RSI as well forming. So what I think is what was happened since right around this top over here, which you guys said was the top, right?
Right.
We're still forming this level on the RSI. When is it the top? So now you're going to back test that. When this strategy comes down. Oh wait, is that it? Is that it? Let's see. Don't scare me like that, man. I was fucking 1 second I get away from the screen. This is why I can't do this shit. But if you back test that, right? These wicks testing this and they're finding support off of what, right? It's just sitting in the fucking no man's land. We aren't done. We're not done. We cooled off. That same cool off level we got here before the run was that fucking full cool off. This is our SMT where its price isn't correlating with the indicator.
Gotcha.
So we went up here, right? That was your SMT. Why would we get out of the longs there? Because that gives you your positioning down. This came out of overbought, and that told you down. That's why I got stopped out. But that's when price action jumped, okay? So this told me get out. It's going short. We found support here, and we're dumping. So I was like, all right, perfect. And then we didn't. We had that one level of indecision here. So that's what told me that's why my stop loss hit. I'm okay with that, even though this happened after, because it taught me for next time. Now,
Gotcha.
the bigger trade that I want to play, we just got our reasoning of how, or not reasoning, we got our straight up fucking painted picture of how it's going to react when we do get the move,
Gotcha.
or how it's not going to react if you pair those together. So
A minute.
you're
A minute.
teaching yourself during